Do expect those some priority as well in the picks and bans. Karma already on the.
Das ist eine Universität.
And we'll see as they go.
Deswegen Arizona State University.
Here. Now you know Rise as far as mid lane champions also going to be super highly priced, especially for Team Liquid, especially for Quid. Has been one of the really big picks for him. There you go as well. The Bard also off the table. We'll see about that mid lane too.
Yep, 3 out of 4 bans here at the start of things. Focused on that bottom side, getting rid of those powerful supports like you're talking about.
Jaman offen. Kam offen. Ja gut, nee, stimmt. Lieber Finale in der Riot Games Arena in Berlin. Immer gerne beschweren, ne? Kriegt man keine Roadshow, ist scheiße. Kriegt man eine Roadshow, ist scheiße.
I mean, already in game 1 without any fearless bans down, because Quid has already shown he's willing to blind pick it, or at the very least the coaching staff is, and he will perform on it. So
Lushmili offen, Caitlyn Bard nicht offen, Javan offen.
Not only one of APA's main like carry
Nocturne offen.
plays, he doesn't play a ton of hard carry mid laners. That is one of them, but it also really opens up that rise I was talking about with the Orianna and the Cassiopeia banned out here. You may be now leaning even more heavily towards that rise. Nocturne's a good early pick because it can shut down pretty much any type of side lane champs that you're looking for later.
Like Rise.
Like Rise. And it combos really well with...
It's fine, right? Nocturne first pick, ist okay.
So you can do some...
Gegen Antheretics aus 2-1.
Side lanes and also look for some hard engage.
Well, it looks like Team Liquid are not afraid of that Nocturne pressure. They're in the side as they will first pick the Rise for themselves after removing the Ori and the Cassiopeia like we already talked about.
He's getting in the zone.
Bei wem bin ich? Für C9. Anivia?
I love it. Yeah, I don't know if the Yumi's gonna get you the most popular reactions here.
Yumi got a little buffs a little while ago, but still definitely one of the most hated champions in League of Legends.
Yep, people just do not like the cat. But you know what? Xayah doesn't like Nocturne. This is a great champion to respond to heavy and powerful dive. Usually when you see Nocturne, he's going to have at least 1 or 2 other buddies to dive in with him.
Sie besser als Team Liquid, sollten besser sein, ja.
I'm going to say, you know what? You don't want Yawn to be under that level of pressure, so you draft something that can get itself out of trouble.
And that actually reminds me. Did play against Lion, and Lion used the Nocturne plus Silas engage to actually one-shot that Xayah and take it down, get the
Ash Seraphine, es ist so OP-Draft, oder nicht? Es ist so ein OP-Draft, bitte.
Not only is the Ash Seraphine very strong, especially if you can play to that bomb side early on, and gives you the jungle vision with the hawk shot, but taking in game number 1 here, fearlessly bans it out for the rest of the entire series against Team Liquid. That is very valuable, as this is one of the teams that has played it the most.
Now, one of the things I will be looking at, though, whenever we talk about Seraphine, we always talk about how she likes to have bruiser buddies. Xin Zhao's commonly a champion that's used as a great example that goes in, gives her something to fire the Encore through. Now, yes, Nocturne goes in, but he goes in like a ballistic missile 2,000 miles away.
Sometimes he can't follow up.
Yeah, sometimes the Encore doesn't quite reach the seats up in the nosebleeds, you know what I mean? So I want to see
Ending 9.1.
going to draft to help make sure this Seraphine and Ashe combination can perform.
Also Anivia ist ein Freebin oder nicht? High Range. High Range, die können nicht spielen, by the way. High Range, die können nicht das Spiel spielen.
APA's most played the whole split. They don't want him playing that in game 1.
Yeah, the hard engage. APA's had so many really good flanks and vision plays with the Annie. So many good hard engages, and he does play a lot of utility for Cloud9. It's one of the big differences between the mid laners. Quid looking for more DPS, more hard carry, and APA looking for hard engage a lot of the times, a lot of the styles of champions. So still some options
raus.
Him. And since jungle has not been...
Welches andere MS-Team ist in MSI schon dabei? Lion.
The question is, are you going to ban the Lee Sin so here?
Lee Sin oder Vi?
Even with the little nerfs that Lee Sin did get, got a couple little damage nerfs. Still very good though after the changes that he got, especially with Safeguard, really jumping him up in priority. And Jose is so extremely good on the Lee Sin.
But I also really like this Jarvan ban. You're already playing Ashe Seraphine. They're very low mobility. Cataclysm can be super punishing. Jose's no stranger to that champ, so it makes sense for C9 to ban it away. They will also target the Gnar, keeping that one out of the top lane pool, as Team Liquid Liquid throws over the APA respect band towards the Ziggs. That can be really annoying for something like Ryze, who's very powerful, but limited in terms of range. So they do not want that to be the mid lane matchup they're dealing with. And sure enough, you talk about it, they don't.
Anivia.
So Jose's happy.
Ja, lief für Team Liquid, ist okay.
Here in game 1.
There you go. They pick it up. He doesn't care about the small damage nerfs.
Anivia, kannst Renekton gehen?
Still pick it up. It has so much utility, and especially, you know, Ashe and Seraphine, they don't have a lot of mobility, so you can very oftentimes get into good kicking.
Sein Anivia gut.
With that chance.
Ist 12er Patch.
There we go, though. Locking down the team fight.
Müsste 12er Patch sein.
5-on-5 for Cloud9. Rounding out their comp with both a Sion and an Anivia gives them so many things. You have super beefy frontline, another person like you were looking for to bounce your Seraphine ult off.
Yes, sir.
Very easy to find, a big old Sion in front. And Anivia gives you a ton of wave clear. It's a good matchup into the Ryze. Very, very common. And we'll see. Ooh, okay, the Zehen answer up on the top side here for Morgan once again, as he's been able to run it before.
Yeah, the Zehen brought in.
Zehen
just creates so much chaos. This guy is a
findet den Job von
immediately bursted down.
C9 sehr vermarktbar oder nicht.
Ton of extreme burst.
Anivia ist so OP hier.
Like if you're Nocturne, you're going to be looking for the Ryze or for the Xayah. So I'm curious how well Morgan will be able to pilot this into Thanatos on that Sion, being that.
Ist ja auch der beste Spieler von Team Liquid. Nope.
See how much value APA gets out of his Anivia walls. Since it's such a unique ability, you know, you think mid laners, you think damage, you think playmaking. You don't think building a little ice wall, but that little ice wall can create so many opportunities in fights, especially when you have tools like the Ashe to shoot an arrow at somebody with the only path they can escape through. Something like that. Throw Sion in there. Lots of opportunities. Who are you giving the edge to?
So,
This one
C9.
is very
Anivia ist OP.
both sides.
Quid ist sehr gut.
Side is very solid, very
Anivia ist so OP hier.
on the TL side, but it does require some more execution.
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of like the Lee Sin angle. I want to
Okay.
see what he's going to cook early.
Okay, let's see if Jose can get something cooked up here in the jungle on
Abfahrt.
Lee Sin. C9 versus TL.
Knapp die Abo-Falle wieder durch, wird schwer hoffen.
One to kick off this best of 5. A spot at MSI, a spot in the finals tomorrow, both on the line here for the winner of this series. As already,
Abfahrt.
Jose Diodo going to receive first auto attack. Not quite first blood, but you know, APA is sending a message.
Sending a message indeed. I see
Okay.
often does early in games, but usually it's through the typing.
Wer C9 darf nicht gerne mit Mundo, das sind Sau. I mean, sie haben First Pick, Bro.
By the way, last time he did play the Anivia, you know, he
Nee, 11er Patch ist, by the way, ist 11er Patch, nicht 12er.
in this
Weißt du schon, was zur MSI darfst du Co-streamen?
That's not what I expected from the typing.
Ich darf's nicht sagen.
started out here, good, clean, good luck, have fun.
Aber ich würde den Laden abfackeln, wenn es nicht so wäre.
Fashion, League of Legends. Now down here in the bottom side, Sven and Vulcan on the Ashe Seraphine.
Sehr gut.
This duo has been so oppressive
Sehr gut.
so long in this split, and I feel like a lot of times teams have struggled to come up with answers for how to survive the early pressure. And you
Ja.
can see right there
Sayara kann so cocky, by the way.
these early trades.
Yeah,
So ein cocky Pick.
both in bottom lane and in mid lane. You could tell the health bars there.
Man darf es nicht sagen, weil wenn ich sie bekommen würde, sie immer announcen.
Having a lot of heavy trades in both mid lane
Mit einem Tweet, keine Ahnung, ist halt so.
gives you a lot of opportunity for jungle creativity, and we're really early on.
Es gibt auch schon Emojis, die Antwort würde ja sein. Oh.
Some possibilities. Some
Also die mache ich ja nur in Case. Die mache ich tatsächlich nur in Case. Also, weiß ich.
and they also have that ward on blue buff, so they know that Lee Sin started.
Nee, Lee Sin Base nach Level 3.
Is actually going to go for the early
Lee Sin Base relativ regelmäßig nach 3 Camps für Longsword.
longsword start here to get some extra.
Weil es sich viel ausmacht für den zweiten Clear und dich stärker macht.
And as we said, with that ward on blue buff, we'll know that's in a long time, and he has not done a standard timing for his
Grüße, Luke.
clear up to the top side.
And speaking of early recalls, Core JJ was forced back because of that level 1 trade. He had to go all the way back to Fountain. All he got was a control ward in his inventory.
Sehr gut.
Not exactly the start to the lane that Team Liquid would like to have down here in the bot side 2v2s. Sven already up more than a wave of minions as the next one is arriving, and they're just
Was ist ein Red Bull Update?
the pace of things down here.
Wie ist das Red Bull Update? Das hier, das ist leer.
Morgan has control over this lane here early, but that's what you'd expect.
There's a lot that goes into this series as we've
Grüß dich, Christo. Daumen sind gedrückt, bedankt.
to this week. A lot of pressure to get an
Ruhiges Game passt.
for both
Sollten Early Jake sein. Oh,
with Cloud9 and Team
Oh.
Liquid. These are the organizations that have
schon
represented
getrunken natürlich.
the most of any
Nach der Slide. Ich muss morgen ist 8 LCK, was soll ich machen? Am besten ist es hineinfallen, weil ich sehr gut mit Sven befreundet bin.
9 and 10 for Team Liquid. Very important to these legacy organizations, their owners, their fans, their players.
Yeah.
And so a lot
Das wären ja 5 Games.
on this best.
Wie wär's mit dem 3-0 hinein?
The last time North America made
3-0 hinein.
the final,
Wer sagt nein?
Liquid getting us there. The last time that North America made World Semifinals, that was Cloud9.
Sven ist auch so.
These are not just the teams that
Basic
go
nicht.
the most, these are the teams that also go the furthest when it comes to that international competition. And you know they've got to be hungry to get back there. For Cloud9, this would just put them that much further in the lead of that.
Wie viel kostet bei Spitze kaufst du immer 10?
Breaks the second place tie with TSM.
Yeah.
Wie lange halten die? Wie viele Tage?
Further stakes
Von bis, ne?
because
Kommt auf den Druck drauf an, ne?
APA with Quit.
Sieht irgendwie laggy aus bei mir nicht.
Extra little bit in mid lane.
Ooh, nice Rune Prison sets it up here for the Sonic Wave. APA taken low. He sent it
Haben kein Damage, oder?
underneath the turret.
Sie haben kein Damage. Sie haben Damage.
Damage here just yet, but it does take enough. It's first blood.
Du Motherfucker, flash doch.
It's the Lee Sin Flowers. He gets in there. Jose ganks from the bottom side. They know that he cleared bottom side first, but he did that recall into longsword into back from the top side, and so he wraps around. Jose here is able to get the gank onto APA, and since APA thought he could walk it off since he had egg, he did not invest in flash.
Back to live, though. We have a solo kill up here in the top side. Thanatos gets taken down by Morgan in the 1v1. Thanatos, our top laner, who has ruled the top lane all split long, was not ready for the Zehen.
They're lying down the T-Law in game number 1. Flowers, first blood in mid lane, solo Bolo in top lane. The early stage is going quite well for this Team Liquid squad. And their solo laners are both damage-heavy carries here. So your side lanes will be interesting. Since Cloud9 are running the Nocturne and Blabber has been farming up, looking for his level 6, fairly soon. But we'll see what that ends up looking like later on. Cloud9, of course, they're pushing bottom lane again, so they should be able to do the Dragon, no problem, even after mid got killed.
Oh, Twitch Drops. Sind auch bei mir. Approved Channels. Da bin ich. Seht ihr mich? Hier.
But with the very safe play from APA.
Hier bin ich. Ihr bekommt Twitch Drops.
No Dragon Star.
30 Minuten gibt eine LCS Renekton Emote und 2 Stunden gibt eine Champ-Kapsel. Da bin ich. Das ist morgen. Warte mal, June 14th? Stimmt, das ist morgen. Morgen gibt's Drops beim Finale. Morgen müsst ihr schauen. Wie viel bin ich Twitch-Mitglied? Hat bestimmt ein schlauer Mensch gerade einen Link. Ihr müsst es verbinden. Ne? Ihr müsst euren Twitch-Account mit League verbinden. Wir haben auch einen Frühschicht tolle Scheiße PC anlassen. Was denn?
Blabber and the rest of C9 will not be challenged just yet here with the Dragon. They've already secured the objective. Core JJ and Yon are approaching.
Morgen spielt Deutschland, ja, um 19 Uhr. Ich schaue morgen auch das Deutschland-Spiel, aber ich bin um 22 Uhr natürlich daheim. Bin ich dumm.
Stick to the script. Stack those dragons. You are a team fighting.
Dann gibt es die Jobs morgen
Very solid.
ab 22 Uhr Start.
So you get these dragons.
Oder 1 p.m. PST.
Stack them, be able to draw the Team Liquid squad to you to a front-to-back team fight. Make use of your Ash
Ja,
Seraphine.
22 Uhr morgen.
We'll see if that will be effective. Of course, Cloud9, they do have some other options, Sign, Ultimate, very
Von 4 bis 16 Uhr.
these rotations between objectives, between side lanes, as well as the Nocturne. And so we'll see if they end up getting
Mach doch
the Ash Arrow or
Shutdown Command. Gibt's doch.
And Blabber trying to remain consistent in farming here on Nocturne.
Und das von 22, also morgen Abend 22 Uhr bis halt, also theoretisch mach halt von 22 Uhr bis 0:30 Uhr, mach halt Shutdown-Timer.
Also your experience. And we'll see. He's gonna
Geht doch.
have to go back for another base before he
Geht doch alles.
Right now, he's actually hovering around before he finishes up with his next clear.
I do always want to see those first Nocturne ultis be effective, right? That early cooldown is so annoying if you...
Wo droppst es morgen? Morgen beim Finale.
We'll be under the magnifying glass here a little bit.
Yeah, and he's got almost 1,500 gold in inventory. For early game, that's a lot for junglers because it does affect your clear a lot. So that's why I think after he finishes up with this...
Oder auf dem Handy, ja, geht auch.
Down to his Gromp in blue. Maybe he'll go for the recall to purchase before sending an ult. Unless an opportunity arose that was too juicy to pass up, and they tried to get at least a...
Draft läuft immer noch gut, by the way. Also Topline Full Bruch, aber es passt.
Yep, the confidence in Jan and Core JJ to be able to just get out of the line of sight there from Sven on the Ashe, dodge away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Vulcan's going to go ahead and take his recall here, go back to base on that Seraphine.
Ja, für EMEA bin ich wahrscheinlich daheim. Also ich mache morgen LCK, LPL und dann bin ich bis abends weg. Also ich hoste dann zu Tolly, der macht das, also ich gehe mal davon aus, dass Tolly morgen Halbfinale macht, aber ich mache morgen nicht. Ich bin außer Haus. Ich bin außer Haus. Und bin dann abends wieder da, so 21:30 Uhr für LCS-Finale.
Morgan with some pretty consistent harassment on the top side. However, Thanatos, as you can see, doing very well with his CS despite the solo kill.
He's doing great.
Also Urlaubsantrag schon eingereicht, ist schon seit 2 Wochen bekannt oder 3 Wochen sogar.
Never really set him behind in terms of his ability to participate in the lane, have presence there, and make sure that he doesn't fall any further behind from the minions.
Yeah, they're making a roam here too. Look at the
Ist laut morgen von den Bros, ja.
available. So Quid is going to back Jose.
Jose has already found Blabber off to the side, but Blabber jumps in instead, going after Morgan. They want to try to burst him down before he has enough determination.
Flash.
Quid's making his way forward. Blabber has to flash away, but the Rune Prison finds Thanatos. Morgan right back out of the turret range.
Oh Gott.
Determination stacks. They won't have the revive, but Jose Diodo
oh Gott.
on the wings. Blabber and Thanatos trying to make sure they can get out of here safely. Quid just...
Dann geht New York und das Spurs in 7.
They're losing a lot mid right now for this. So Team Liquid, they committed 3 people top, and they're really trying to get something out of it. The teleport is eventually used mid, and now they're going to continue the play.
Yeah, Team Liquid knows they spent a lot up here. They got to get something back for it.
Wow.
Thanatos there, but Team Liquid won't get it.
Kriegt den, oder?
Gets himself out of
Nee.
danger.
Wow.
All the time that TL wasted means the early gold lead they had from their kills has disappeared.
Yeah, APA got to push in mid lane there, get a turret plate for the Anivia. They are still going to push on top side, so they are going to deny Cloud9 some of these minions on top side. And committed a lot of time up there with 3 people, but thankfully for Team Liquid, they did at least have the teleport for Morgan to then go soak up the extra wave towards mid.
All right, we've got 10 minutes on the clock, 45 seconds until the second dragon spawns. C9 took the first one without a contest from TL. Do you think that TL is going to be interested in this second one, or maybe not?
I definitely do think they'll be interested, and Jose, with his Sundered Sky completed, will certainly be interested in making a play. He still has his flash on Lee Sin, so next time his ultimate is up for Lee Sin, he is going to look for a play. We'll see. There are some pings around mid lane at the moment for them, but as you see, Blabber's kind of hovering on bottom side right now too, with his Nocturne ultimate cooldown also about to come up, so the patience, the kind of hovering play, the cover here for Blabber. He's waiting for Jose, and they do scout him out now.
All right, we got a lot of
ja, ich bin mir nicht sicher, was ich besser finde, ob Eclipse oder Ding. Ob Eclipse oder Sundered Sky.
4 flowers. Team Liquid slowly trying to get some vision. The Scryer's Bloom does help a lot.
Teleport not ready for either top laner. This is an honest 4v4. Morgan and Thanatos cannot get involved. Dragon down to about half HP, but C9 have stopped DPS. Quid moving forward, tries to force APA back. Blabber has lost a little bit.
Oh Gott, der Jam war horrible.
Everything from the support right back onto the enemy mid laner as C9 has to try to get Blabber out of here.
Okay.
It's also very low.
Wir haben noch Smite up.
Jan and Core JJ have to run. Vulcan and
Schön, Wall.
here at the beginning of the fight as Jose Diodo still wants to challenge here for the Drake. It's down to 2,000 HP. Jose looking for a little bit more. Wants to get close enough, but
Schön.
trying to keep the Lee out, and they successfully do.
Schön.
C9 stacking Drake number 2, but Jose Diodo's
Was?
a
Der Dreieck.
comes out, but again it's the Anivia with the egg. Staying alive for now, it's not enough. Blabber falls, APA falls. Team Liquid goes in for the round 1, but they want even more. Triple kill, Jose Diodo!
Jose Lee Sin strikes again, Flowers! He does let them get the dragon. He backs off because Cloud9 do a calm, good job of zoning TL away from the objective, but then when they try and leave the area, Flowers, when they're trying to escape, it is Jose who strikes out of the brush on mid lane. He goes for the flash kick play onto the Anivia. They get the extra chase down kill even with the Realm Warp, and he lands the extra Q snipe onto Sven to grab another kill.
And the Let's Go Liquid erupts from the crowd. TL might have lost the dragon, but C9 really lost the fight. That's a 2,500 gold lead for Team Liquid now.
So why we had that respect for Jose on the Lee Sin still, even with the nerfs, still have your eye on it, still a little wary. And let's take another look at this. So Cloud9, they do a good job of zoning away Jose from the actual objective. But then after they're trying to leave the objective, they still have CoreJJ in the Dragon Pit. So here's the start. Jose gets him to the egg. It is critical that CoreJJ as well comes from the Dragon Pit to also get that double knock-up. Knock up the Nocturne as well, and so they get the chase down kills. Cloud9, they thought the job was done, but the job's not done until you get the escape.
They're popping off about it, and the critical thing, those chase down kills you're talking about, at the very end, Sven flashed and still died. Insult to injury there, because this is a champion with no inbuilt mobility. That's a giant target on his back now.
Yeah, he probably thought that, you know, just coming out of the Realm Warp, it was a little bit far away, so it's not super dangerous, but Jose with the snipe there, another really good Q from him, and they got the Sven kill as well. That is now 5 huge gold lead here. 5 kills to Team Liquid. Huge gold lead for Team Liquid in the early game. And that is what you need to just completely break this this super strong like 5-on-5 setup comp that Cloud9 have. And I've got so much money to work with that Team Liquid. The damage is just going to be, the damage output is just going to be so much higher.
Maybe that's the problem for C9, is it wasn't a 5-on-5, it was a 4-on-4. What happens when Thanatos gets involved? Maybe that's going to be the recipe for success for them, but that's a question that we'll have to answer here in the future, because right now, looks like Blabber's hanging around to see if maybe they can make something happen, but Jose Diodo also trailing nearby as Quid continues marching forward. Thanatos waiting with the decimating smash, just throws it down. Jose is immediately ready. If Blabber wants to come in, let him. Jose is already here first. Thanatos losing a lot of HP, charges back in as Blabber's ready to back him up. Thanatos flashes away.
There it is. Oh god.
C9
Schöner Flash.
take the outplay in the 2v2. CoreJJ shows up, guarantees that Jose won't fall as well, but Vulcan's ready to chase. The Seraphine closing distance.
Schön.
She's in for the encore. That's your MVP. Setting up the second kill.
C9 strike back immediately, bait them in on the top side. They draw them closer to the tower, and then the turn from Thanatos and Blabber finds them the kills and the objective afterwards.
C9 make a beautiful outplay there. Thanatos, knowing his limits, tanking up on the Scion, bringing him into a situation that they were not ready. Now Team Liquid using the teleport to bring Morgan back up to the fight here. CoreJJ got to be careful. C9 making their exit, also just going to teleport Thanatos right back towards the top side, reinforce their own lines, and start pushing yet again.
Very good for Cloud9. This time they also get the escape after the big play.
Critically.
Get the kills, get the objective, and to make the getaway. All right, let's take another look, because this was a TL play that they're... You had Rakan coming too, but Blabber here is just waiting the whole time. Waiting for the turn. And even though they're not in tower range, Santos still gets the turn, ultimate, and then he flashes away to make sure he did not die. Blabber also flashing away from the re-engage. And here comes Vulcan, the MVP. He's going to barely tag on the edge, this ultimate. Jose tries to step out.
I mean, es war ein guter Sidestep, to be honest. Sehr guter Sidestep-Attempt.
The edge of your foot there, still in range. And it tags him, and they get the extra kill.
And this is, considering the outcome of that last play, this quote here from earlier in the split is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, Vulcan literally said, I don't want to live in a world where Jose is MVP. And he made that true by earning MVP himself. Took it away from Jose. And in that last play, also took away his bounty.
Now it's the next dragon already live on the map. C9 with a 2-0 Drake advantage so far means they'll go to Soul Point and really create a serious moment of pressure for TL at every dragon in the future. TL obviously knows this, so they've got the early setup on the bottom side river. Jose already taking down the dragon as Morgan makes sure that there's security through the bottom lane entrances to that river. CoreJJ also watching through the enemy jungle. So TL is going to get this one. C9 will just let it go.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the Scion is just pushing on that top tower, so they are getting paid up on the top side of the map. Meanwhile, play towards mid lane. Not going to result in any deaths, but then
Mein Verständnis, sind wir hier gerade wirklich happy, wenn wir... Okay.
In game number 1 of
Okay.
penultimate best of 5 here for the spring split.
Okay.
Liquid still with that very modest gold lead. The dragon advantage for C9. The Rift Herald, I still want to see what use we get out of that. I feel like these days you see many more battle heralds than you used to, so that might be one of the plays.
It's actually such a fun objective. Definitely so appreciative of the balance team, you know, of the league team making those changes. And turning it into not just any other normal objective that just kind of sits in the pit and you take it and, you know, you get some random buff or whatever.
Like, okay, cool.
Having an active that you can actually use to change team fights or produce a lot of comedy, as we've seen people drive the
Some
Rift
people
Herald.
do not know how to drive it. That's definitely true.
So it's definitely one of the best, you know, changes to objectives I think that they made for, you know, on the season's change. So we'll see what's in the future as well. But currently still holding on to it there for Blabber because, as you say, very popular to use it in team fights to be able to get someone out of a bad scenario or even make an engage for yourself.
Right now, looks like everything's just going to take a nice and slow pace for a little bit. Our top laners have switched down there to the bottom side, while the mid laners have been assigned their wave clear duties that AD carries often end up having around the mid game. 19 minutes on the clock.
Full fly quest.
Still over 3 minutes. Hey, we got the fly quest guys hanging out in the audience here today. They made their road trip out here, streaming the whole thing the other day to be a part of the finals. Come see what's going on. And now I'm curious, Kobe, where do you think we're getting the next action happening? And even more importantly, who's starting it?
Yeah, I think it's got to be a side lane play here. I mean, you've got a Nocturne in the game, and you have these towers getting to the breaking point on the sides, getting quite low. But as I say that, Lee Sin is hovering mid, and there's about 3-4 pings from Team Liquid. Jose wants an angle for a Lee Sin kick, and you can see the pre-existing ward. There he goes. Oh, but collide. Very, very fortunate for Sven there. You can see Vulcan even fired off the encore just in case to make sure they couldn't full send after his carry. And now CoreJJ backs away. He even already popped the quickness, ready to follow up on that. So both support ultimates down now. Yeah, everybody in the game was so ready for this play to pop off in mid. And so they're popping ultimates, but now neither support, as you say, with both Core and Vulcan, using them, kind of expecting the actual engage, but because it didn't happen, Anivia just gets the push top side. I think Ryze will get there from most of that wave, but if it is not a cannon wave, gonna drop a few of them and also allow Anivia a little roam timer. There goes Blabber with the Herald. Will be a more standard looking Herald.
Yeah, that's about as standard as you can get. You ram it into the tower and then walk away. So they'll get some play money, but that's about it. Paranoia now down, though, as C9 have found a target. They want to go after Morgan. He goes over the wall there with the Grim.
Der kriegt seine Pässe noch voll, oder was?
For now, but he's already down to 100.
Das ist...
And it's 100 too much for C9. Jose Vioto shows up and says, not today.
They get him out. They get the safeguard. They get the kick. They get the peel. Now you're trading mid lane for top lane at the moment. Ryze thriving in the side lane there. Quid is very rich, but mid lane.
Okay. Ben's gonna be careful now. Flashes away, staying out of danger. APA can't stay the same as the Crystallize. He traps himself on the wrong side of the wall. He can't get away from him, and Team Liquid get the enemy mid laner yet again.
Egg down, and that plenty of time for Quid to finish up topside. He's roaming down. He's stealing Raptors while the rest of the team finishes up the mid lane. So no, not only did Team Liquid get the kill, but they get the top tower and the mid tower here. Now already Blastconing in to start the Baron. We're only 20 minutes. 21 and 45 seconds into the game, Flowers. That thing's gonna melt.
Yes, this Baron is already down to half HP. Blabber is hanging around nearby. Control ward over the wall. Team Liquid gonna clear that one out of the way. Control
2 seconds on his ult, 1 second on Blabber's ult.
Blabber's ready to go in, he does it with the Baron, but no! Hozioto has the secure, and Blabber falls right after. Now you got the Realm Warp coming in, it's Quid with the flash into the Ruined Prison, and Sven goes straight to jail. Do not press go, do not collect $200, this man is out of there. And Team Liquid, they get 3, they get Baron, they get the whole damn thing.
That's truly gonna break this game open, Flowers. Team Liquid now have so much pushing power. They already had the Grubs buff, now they're gonna have the Baron buff. Let's take another look at that play. You can see in the picture-on-picture, they're getting more tower money, but Blabber's ult cooldown was ticking down to 1 second. It barely ticked over right when the Baron was low enough to go. So he was spamming that to go in to try and get the flip. But TL, not only do they get the flip, Flowers, but they get the chase downs as well. So much extra money in addition to the Baron to empower the split push for them. Get some more turret plates, get another dragon for themselves.
Yeah. That timing is so good too, because it's like, okay, we just made 4,000 gold and got the most powerful buff on the map, and the one thing that you wanted to get, your dragon stacking to try to force these future team fights, well, the clock works out that now we get that too. Everything is going Team Liquid's way now. They'll grab the dragon. The bottom lane tier 1 turret finally falls as Jan puts the last little bit of work into that one. And TL still has this Baron for another minute and a half.
Wie kann das schon wieder so anfangen, Game 1? Ich kapiere, wieso kann ich nicht einmal Glücksgefühle bekommen?
Especially mid and bottom here. Both Quid and Jan, 2,000 gold ahead for Team Liquid with their respective.
Was in meinem vorherigen Leben, was habe ich getan? Was gerechtfertigt ist?
Two full levels. So in addition to the 2K gold, the experience is also very valuable.
And that's not just Rod of Ages level. They both have Rod of Ages. They're both 10 stacks.
Was gerechtfertigt ist?
Real homegrown level. Nothing made in the Rod of Ages factory. This is the real deal here.
He farmed that out himself.
Yes, sir. Jose Diodo, though, once again lurking in the brushes. This man has had such a beautiful game on Lee Sin here in this first one. Surely making C9 regret not banning it out there in that second phase. But you allow Jose to play it. He's gonna show you why you gotta ban it out. Blabber trying to take the tier 2 turret down in the bottom lane while Team Liquid pushes top here, just trying to get something back through the objective bounty, through some kind of a trade. Objective bounties aren't even on the map right now, it looks like, thanks to the UI indicator, but immediately Core JJ is coming in, Sven gets caught! The grand entrance is far too quick. The summoner spell not ready yet.
Wir werden in 25 Minuten in den Arsch gefickt.
So as soon as Core flashes in, it's lights out for the act.
25 Minuten Arschfick.
Because they still have Blabber pushing from bottom, and you know the recall is going to take a while for Cloud9. So Core JJ, he knows he has enough time. And
was passiert hier, Bro?
Flash and ult from Rakan make it happen. They're inside the base, Flowers, and the onslaught is painful here for Cloud9, but TL, they feel like their job is done. They've gotten what they came for.
Well, the one silver lining is that the Baron has fallen off, and since C9 has the Anivia, you mentioned it at the start of the game, this is one of the best wave clear champs in League of Legends, so it does become harder to try to force those inhibitors down in either of the side lanes afterwards. So still just the one in-hit game, but things are so far in TL's favor right now. Jose going to make sure he steals away the blue buff on the way out. Just top 9 of every possible resource.
Yeah, Jose really having a good
Spirit verlegt gegen einen Sieg, das ist auch so gestört.
Entire team, you know, as well though. Like the escape from Morgan on the bottom side that we saw. Some good movement as well from Quid. So if Team Liquid coming out here locked in game number 1, Cloud9 definitely going to have their work cut out for them in this series. Should be a long series here.
I hope so.
We'll see, though. They still have the possibility. They're going to try and group up, and as you can see, they're slowly working through the jungle, trying to create their own vision lines, creep through, make sure there's some safe area for at least one of their carries to get some income. Sven is in base right now. I don't think Quid will like realm warp over there on him or anything.
That would be kind of wild.
We'll see. Team Liquid, they're just going to rotate their 4-1 split push over, meet up with the minion wave, and Jose's done with his Guardian Angel too, so he can go really deep for a play with Flash, with Kick, with Guardian Angel available.
And I feel like that's a pretty big difference between this third itemization for the junglers. Normally that Guardian Angel is the stock standard item number 3 for AD junglers. This time around, Blabber has gone for the Serpent's Fang instead, wants to reduce some of the shielding on the other side. there's quite a lot of shielding to be reduced, I'm not gonna lie, but it does mean that when Blabber presses...
Wir haben 0 Damage, wir haben 0 Damage, wir haben 0 Damage. Mach es einfach. Komm, mach vorbei, mach over. Mal komm. Mach over. Komm.
7,500 gold lead for TL. They've already got those last 2 Drakes, and they have total control over the map. Look at this enemy blue buff quadrant from the TL perspective. There are so many wards in this thing, it's lit up like a Christmas tree, and it's Team Liquid who are hoping C9 comes around looking for what presents are under there, because the only presence is Jose Diodo right now, trying again to look for a play. Nope, C9, they've got the buddy system. Everybody gets out safe.
Yeah, they're keeping their carries farming waves while hovering around them, basically. Everybody try and hover around, make sure Sven and APA can still get some income from these minion waves, and then everybody else is kind of watching and waiting and hoping.
Nervously.
Yeah, nervously. Next Dragon, honestly, if you're Cloud9, I don't think get yourself into any trouble here. You know, it's only going to be number 3 for Team Liquid. It does kind of suck giving over another one, but don't want to risk the game at the moment if it's not going to be Dragon Soul just quite yet. So think that we'll still see Cloud9 doing a similar thing, just safely keeping up their farm and not approach this Dragon. It's just too dangerous to go out into the jungle, but the Baron's also getting pinged, so maybe you can use this time to rotate your vision over.
Yeah, that Dragon dies awfully quickly, though. Yawn with the Infinity Edge completed. Those feathers do a lot of damage. APA, though, found by the Realm Warp. Yes, he has the Seeker's guard, but it only...
I guess Jose Diodo is out.
Finds the knock-up again.
I guess.
Yet again, the egg doesn't matter. Every single time this game that APA has had the egg available, it has not prevented a death. Team Liquid has been setting up these picks in places and in ways to just completely ignore the power of that passive on the Anivia, and now APA's arm guard is broken. His egg is scrambled. His team trying to hold on in a 4v5 for the next 30 seconds because Team Liquid just took their second Baron.
Yeah, Quid and Jose have been cooking them. Absolutely. Now they're taking away the jungle as well together, while the rest of the team pushes in mid and top side. Meanwhile, Blabber's taking away enemy red, and they were split pushing bottom with Thanatos to try and get a tiny bit of resources right before what might be their final fight, as Cloud9 need to pray for this base defense.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, APA doesn't respawn in time to save that top lane inhibitor turret or the inhibitor behind it. Their mid lane inhibitor will at least respawn.
APA voll ist scheißegal, kann ich nicht mehr spielen.
So it's still just a one-in-hit game for now. But the problem with that, Mr. Kobe,
Und morgen gegen Line kannst du picken, was du willst, du wirst nicht gewinnen.
most of its duration right now. 2 minutes still to go. Team Liquid takes their recall, they make their purchases, and I feel like they've got to be looking for the throat.
Yeah, at this point, Team Liquid have been picking Cloud9 apart, but
Was draft einfach C9.
Okay.
This Dragon Soul, that
Einfach C9.
you got to pray and you got to look for your moment here for Cloud9, because if you give over the Dragon Soul as well, Mountain Soul on top of all the individual mountains they've already gotten, seems like that would just be the final nail in the coffin. It's already difficult with the item lead that Team Liquid have, but you're going to have to choose your moments before it becomes inevitable.
Well, that inevitability is creeping ever closer. Team Liquid will go ahead and take the last tier 2 turret from the Cloud9 side, knock that one over without much resistance, as C9 instead choose to draw their battle lines around their base, around their remaining tier 3 turret. The mid lane inhibitor has also respawned. Morgan applying pressure to the mid lane while everybody else tries to get the wave shoved up bottom side. APA
Aber kein Damage immer noch, ne?
Glacial Storm to keep that minion wave at bay as best he can. Remember, this Anivia does not have his defensive tools available. APA must be very mindful, particularly of Jose Diodo, who has that Guardian Angel, has the flash, can make the play whenever he lands one of those sonic waves. C9 has got to be ready for the snap engage coming out from TL.
Team Liquid, they've been controlled this whole time. There's only 2 minutes on the clock, Flowers, for the Mountain Soul arrival, but they're finishing up with the base very quickly. I mean, the tower's already at 50% HP.
Triple in, shot top wave.
Might not even get there. Tier 3 turret, already below half, like you say. Top inhibitor, middle inhibitor, both down. Many super minions marching down the top lane. Somebody on C9's got to go answer that. Blabber going to do it for now. As the rest of Team Liquid take their chance, they're going to shove forward.
Wir haben halt auf Ashe kein...
Core JJ going in. APA is going to be your target. Jose wants
Ey,
to follow it up, but the
die Rache-Ulti war... Ah, okay.
APA staying alive.
No chance. Okay.
Away, but Thanatos is already down. Jose Diodo taken low, but the Guardian Angel brings him back. Double kill over to Yawn. And Team Liquid full send it. Team Liquid ended. Game number 1. They controlled this from the start. Jose Diodo making plays.
Well, kein Lee Sin mehr.
16-2 TL slam.
Kein Lee Sin mehr. Es ist okay. 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 Es ist okay.
Nicely done from Team Liquid in the first game.
Es ist okay.
In Tempe, Arizona, here in the Mullet Arena. And to hear more about it, let's throw it back to the lounge.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get right into it in a minute because it kind of changed for me all around
guys.
this second Drake fight.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's
like
not
this is
C9.
actually where the game like was decided for me because until this point, you know, they had a nice little bot lead going into this. We're going to play it through. This is their Drake. This is TL's Drake contest. And as soon as they see the angle onto Quid, they take it, right? But then Blabber gets charmed up here. So the end result of this is actually that both Blabber and Quid are limping away with not a lot of health here. Jose kind of looks like a crazy person, kind of trying to soft contest this.
Was war Ego, dass die Lize nicht gebannt haben?
What happens down here is that this is where
Digga, was ist hier los?
Zaya and Rakan really start.
Was ist hier los?
Doing well, because previously they had been losing in that lane. And this fight is also going to put them ahead as playthrough. Come on.
Might have to double click. Sometimes you have to after you cancel the pen.
Oh, it says it's cleared. No.
You can come on over.
Nur Verwirrung? Kann gut sein, ja.
Oh, now I'm sad. But basically, what is going to happen is that Quid is going to go up here, push in this wave. Jose is actually going to soft contest this. I'm going to see if I can. I don't know why
You're
this
fighting the
messes
keyboard?
up for
The
me.
League of Legends
She's
client
actually tunneled in, yeah.
will not be helping us.
It's
All right.
not allowed.
Basically, this team fight ends up going really well for Jose and Quid. Jose gets a triple kill off of this because
Folgender Plan. Mr. Goretzka, beste Lage im Zentrum. Mr. Gnabry, heute linker Flügel. Mr. Boltemade, für Sie haben wir ein Spitzenzimmer ganz vorne. Mr. Tah, Mr. Schlotterbeck, Sie sind neben dem Feuerlöscher, falls es mal brennt. Oh, Mr. Nagelsmann. Gar nicht so einfach für jeden den richtigen Platz zu finden.
Coole Skits.
Going back into lane, and then that's where he completely popped
Coole
off
Skits.
right here.
Counterpoint, now they've banned it for the rest of the series.
That's true.
So maybe you do want to give him.
Wahrscheinlich sonst wird er. Bei Instagram glaube ich tatsächlich nicht, dass es so ist. Es ist bei YouTube-Videos auf jeden Fall.
Yeah, but I mean,
True.
if we're saying that when you give it to him, he just gets a win, there's no good time to give it to him.
Aber ja,
Yeah.
stimmt schon.
Like, clearly Cloud9's read was, we're getting Nocturne, so it's okay if you take
Yeah.
Lee Sin because it's supposed to be more powerful. But it almost felt to me like they forgot about the possibility of having tanky carries for, or hard to dive carries for TL.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they went Ryze Zaya, it's like, oh, who do we dive? Both these champions are kind of undivable.
Yeah.
So now you have this homeless Nocturne who's not being paired with any other divers because you first picked it, and then they have carries you can't dive. So now we have Sion and Seraphine and Anivia, and it's like, who's going in the backline? Nocturne has no job.
that's actually why I think that second Drake fight is so huge, right? Because the gambit that TL are making, even with stuff like Jose Diodo's Lee Sin and Quid's Rise, two champions they've been insanely successful on, is that you're having this bot lane who you're picking for comp, and they were getting owned in the Ashe Seraphine lane, right? That fight got them back in.
Da haben wir uns Dinge bezahlt, bestimmt, oder?
If you are on site, Cloud9 and FlyQuest are both hosting some events after the game
Bestimmt, oder?
today, so head on over to the scene.
Cutter? Ne, das VOD-Ding, da ist immer sehr hoch.
Learn more.
Aber
As we head
kriegen wir
to
hin.
break, let's take a look at our comms
Kriegen wir
report.
hin.
Connected by AT&T and voted on by you.
Come to me. It's okay, it's okay. I'll be fine.
give it.
Is there a exit?
Maybe. If this Anivia crosses line, we worry.
Yeah, I'm holding like this. This Nocturne to flash, right?
Keep it, Nocturne.
Ah, men, das war ein guter Skirmish.
Okay, we got it, we got it. Nope. Seraphine, bro.
Das war ein guter Skirmish.
Good. Base after, okay?
Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Ah!
Hey, that was good.
Puh. Ja.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Looks like we've
Also Spirit fährt jetzt gerade, by the way, 0-2 an die Wand. Das ist so crazy.
Wildflowers. We're looking at the
0-2 gegen 9-Sie. Crazy work.
already a problem for the rest of the rift.
and a 30-inch panoramic.
7-11, ja, ich schaue auf den zweiten Screen gerade.
Unfair control.
Guys, all-wheel drive with terrain mode? No shot anyone's catching this.
Yeah, this seems completely OP.
No debate. This first pick, we have to lock it in. Now!
The Kia Telluride Turbo Hybrid. Pick it before your opponents do.
Rich in the ground before Dub can even get there. In time to try to knock out as Impact gets bursted.
Don't feed.
Knocks him down.
Get fed. Scan the QR code for deals only on Uber Eats.
Maybe. If this Anivia crosses line, we worry.
Yeah, I'm holding like this. This Nocturne to flash, right?
Keep it, Nocturne.
Actually moving up now, okay? Yeah, it's okay, we got it, we got it. Nope. Seraphine, bro, blower flash. 5. Good, base after, okay?
Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Ah!
Hey, that was good. Nice shot.
Tabak, also auch krank.
Jose Dioto! Jose!
Das Line so viel besser, 100%.
Strikes again, Flowers!
So, kurz das alles wegbringen. Bis gleich. Nein, Game 2 rein. Diesmal wird's besser. Game 2 wird besser. Ja.
What's up, everybody? I'm here at the LCS Spring Finals, and we got Kia here with us, and they have some trivia to give away some free in-game codes. So let's take a look inside.
Wait a minute. Is this the Kia All-Pro first team? Let's go, guys. I didn't know you were in here. You ready to play some Kia trivia?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Okay, who's got the first question?
I'm looking at it right now.
You're looking at it right now? All right, we got Vulcan taking a look at it. What's the first question?
All right, so we got which of these events contributed to the fall of Shurima? First choice. Do you want to hear the choices?
Let's hear the choices.
The Rune Wars.
Okay.
I might butcher that word. Maybe you'll need to repeat it. Icathian Void Breach.
Icathian Void Breach, yep.
Icathian Void Breach. Demacia Invasion. Or Targon War.
Ooh. All right, what do we think, guys? Who's got the answer?
I don't know. Ikatia sounds like the answer, honestly.
I mean, I think we can already remove Demacia and Targon. I think this is never these two.
That doesn't sound right? Yeah. Okay.
So like void stuff. Yeah, I think I'm not for the void.
So what was the question again, and what answer you're gonna go for?
Which of these events contributed to the fall of Shurima? And we're going for Void Breach.
All right, we're gonna lock in Void Breach.
Submit.
I don't know how we get
correct.
the answer. It was correct?
Huge.
Nice. Beautiful.
Actually.
You guys are really smart. Is this how you got first team All-Pro, Jose?
Maybe.
All right,
From the void.
From the void. Okay, what's the next one?
Well, this one is going to be a bit easier, but which player was part of Cloud9 Kia's original 2013 roster?
2013?
Ooh.
2013.
Elimination?
We have options.
Jose's ready to go. He's got them
already
all.
knows the answers.
Yeah.
We have Jensen, High, Blabber, or Fudge. Thanatos, you should answer this.
It can't be Blabber or Fudge. Either Jensen or High.
So
okay, we're thinking Jensen or High.
I'll say Jensen.
No!
High. Don't make it wrong.
Well, I thought High is like 2011.
Yeah, too.
Well, no, it's 2013.
2017 too, no?
Yeah. All right, Vulcan. What does that mean for the C9 synergy now? He didn't.
I think we're just gonna need to cut this part out.
cut this part.
This to any C9 fans.
All right, we'll take a look. Yeah, maybe we cut this one out. Yeah. All right. What's the next question?
Let's see. Next question. All right. Which Kia vehicle is the SUV with 3 rows of seats and estimated combined mileage of 31 miles per gallon?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, what are the options?
The Telluride HEV, the Niro EV, the K4, or the K5.
Ooh, that's interesting. What do we think, guys?
It's the Telluride. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, how many rows of seats are there in this car, Jose?
6.
Yeah? 6?
No, I can't see.
I see
rows,
3.
Rows.
I see 3 rows, right?
Yeah, we're not in a limousine. Or
yeah, that would be kind of neat if they went that far. But I think you only need the 3.
Yeah.
All right, so you're locking in the Telluride?
We'll go Telluride, yeah.
All right, let's see it.
Correct again.
Hey, is that 100? No, that's not 100%. Because
we're
still missing.
Oh,
well, Thanatos.
We didn't lock that in. He was wrong.
Oh, we didn't lock it in?
No. I mean, I'm not going to.
Beautiful. All right, what's the next question?
Let's see. What does Baron buff primarily enhance for pushing?
Ooh.
This is for noobs, I guess. Champion stats only.
Okay.
Minion strength, vision, or gold.
Okay, before we answer, just so everyone's clear, if you got this wrong, Vulcan just called you a noob. So yeah.
So Saint.
Saint, what do you think?
Excuse me.
Sure.
What?
You want to log that in?
You want to lock in vision?
Wait. What's the question? Wait, so vision.
What is the main Baron buff for pushing?
Minion strength.
Minion strength, lock it in. Survey says.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Survey says.
Last question.
Last question. Let's get it.
Again, about Baron. What does Baron give champions? Lifesteal, attack speed, empowered recall plus stats,
of course,
or gold.
Ooh, what do you think, Jose? Which one?
Empowered.
The empowered which? Empowered
the
recall?
stats.
The stats, okay.
I think this is a trap question, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
it also gives gold too, yeah.
I think it's gold because it does not give stats, right? You don't get stats when you get Baron.
You get the...
Doch, du kriegst A Penalty.
I mean, you probably don't know because
support
you're a
player.
support. You don't do damage, so it's fine.
But it does give gold.
It gives gold too.
What was the wording of the question?
What does Baron give champions?
Yeah, power recall.
So,
I mean,
is that a semantic thing? Is the champion getting the gold, or are you the player getting the gold?
I mean, I wish I was getting the gold.
If you
But
think
I
about it,
Could you imagine?
the team gets the gold too. So
Team
maybe,
gets the gold.
yes,
Okay.
so maybe champion is only empowered.
So we're thinking the empowered recall and
Yeah, I mean, I think
stats?
it's more directly like asking about what the champions get.
All right, Berserker, what do you think? Lock it in?
Empowered recall, I guess, yeah.
Empowered recall. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
First team.
1-1 Schweiz.
Empowered recall.
Nein, halt's Maul.
Correct.
Correct.
Huge.
Got by with the semantic argument. I like
see the
that.
final
That's
score
thinking with
right
your head.
after
That's
they just
Nein.
final score right there.
Nein.
We got 5 out of
Nein,
5.
halt's Maul.
5. Well done, everybody.
Nein.
For the key
Round of
trivia.
applause.
Round of applause.
Das ist crazy.
Round of applause for you guys too. Congratulations. And MVP. Let's go.
Thank you.
I don't know how we're supposed to end this.
This is done.
Everyone give peace sign.
GG.
Nein. Das ist crazy. This is crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Mullet Arena in Tempe, Arizona for the LCS Spring Split Finals weekend. The finals themselves, that'll be tomorrow. Today, we have to find who is the challenge lion there on that battlefield to be your LCS Split champions. And in game number 1, it was Team Liquid, led by the flashy Lee Sin plays from Jose Diodo, who went up 1-0.
Yep, Team Liquid, they were looking locked in this one. Quid and Ion in form as well. Lock and Vayne also in form on stage.
Hell yeah. But now, you gotta lock in if you're C9. They had their composition, they had their team fight approach they wanted to go for, but they were never able to put it together. It was Jose Diodo on the Lee Sin. Even when C9 had their point of strength where they were grouped up in their death ball, they forced Team Liquid back at that Drake fight. It was Jose finding the opportunity to punish C9, just getting a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too lazy with their exit, and then making the huge play that kind of started snowballing the game.
All right, let's see if they can do it again here. Team Liquid looking to keep up the momentum, but Cloud9 want to strike back quickly. They don't want to let it get too far away from them too early, and so they are continuing to focus on bottom lane here. In addition to the Karma, also banning the Lucian here for that Lucian-Melio pairing.
And for the second game in a row, they are going to ban Akali in the first half of the draft to make sure that TL don't take it early. Worth noting, C9 have elected first pick here since they were the loser.
Boah, Spirit hat sich auf OT gerettet.
Selecting blue side, Ori and Cassio will remain banned.
Wow, Spirit hat sich auf OT gerettet. Oh mein Gott. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so continuing to
Ach du Scheiße.
ban APA the entire series, which makes me think
J4 first pick, jetzt gehen die Nafiri rein, by the way.
they have an early.
Jetzt laufen die Nafiri rein. Oh mein Gott.
They're kind of assuming that Team Liquid will get some low mobility carries. First picking the Jarvan. I mean, usually you want to pick it into carries that are not going to have dashes and be too mobile. But they're first picking it so that they can hopefully get like a Jarvan Rumble combination going for themselves. And if they see the Caitlyn and Bard here, maybe they do throw down the Rumble early on here to complement Blabber's Jarvan.
And remember, Bard was banned in the first set of bans in game number 1.
Oh my God.
Him going through into the second game, we'll see how much they can get done with Core's Bard. Over on the other side, not only is this Jarvan take a good starter for pretty much any composition here for C9, but remember, it was also what they chose to ban away from Jose in the second half of that draft instead of the Lee. So Lee's gone for the rest of the series now because of Fearless, and they'll also be able to deny the
Caitlyn Bond
with this pick of their own. So C9, if nothing else, they're playing for the long con here with the Fearless jungling, as they will lock in the Nautilus. When you have some immobile enemy carries, Caitlyn's got her net, but if you drop a depth charge on her, you can catch her.
Das ist so crazy. Schweiz hatte 3-2 X-Goals, das ist so crazy.
Already, and things to hold people in place for Ziggs. They double ban APA with the Orianna Cassia. I mean, those are very common priority mid lane bans, but he's going to get access to the Ziggs this time around, and that's the reason for the early Jarvan and Nautilus. Hold people in place for the big bomb.
That thing hurts if it hits in the sweet spot, and conveniently, the sweet spot is just about as big as the inside of the Cataclysm from Jarvan. So as long as they line that up, they'll be feeling great. But it is the Trundle locked in here for Team Liquid. This champion is exceptional at dueling other AD junglers who have part of their power budget committed to target access. Something like a Vi, something like a Xin, something like, I don't know, Jarvan. Because Trundle can
First free,
beat you in the 1v1.
I mean, not bad.
Makes it so scary for the tanks on the enemy team because they're not.
Sind beide not bad, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at Nautilus probably going to die a lot this game.
He dies a lot in every game, usually.
He always does die a lot. And if you go in on Nautilus, you hit something, you're proccing your Aftershock, and then Trundle will just take that extra stats with his ultimate, and then Nautilus is just instantly paper, and especially coming from
At least no more Nivea is crazy.
just get blown up. The other thing that's good about Trundle is with your W, you can dodge Jarvan EQs pretty easily. So move speed is always very, very good in jungle duels versus Jarvan. So you can try and avoid his big combo, because if you miss your EQ, and Trundle is definitely going to win the stat check after that.
Interesting. Team Liquid banning the Annie still, saying you might flex that Ziggs to the bottom lane. So we still don't want APA playing the Annie. The LeBlanc banned out by C9 is one of those.
AP auf seiner letzten Bastion. Armin ist immer noch Flex-Potenzial.
Make his life really miserable. It's just a lot of people aren't willing to slam the LeBlanc, but C9's read seems to be Quid is one of those people, and we don't want him taking it.
Yeah, I believe Palafox taught him that lesson a while ago.
It's a hard lesson to learn.
Hit him with the LeBlanc.
The Senna banned out here. Final ban for Team Liquid in this when they don't want that infinite scaling. Senna, those of y'all who have not been paying attention, is very...
Ich habe 1-1 gespielt gegen Katar. Ich bin... Das ist so crazy. Das ist so crazy to me.
Collector souls, and we'll see about this game now. Ooh, interesting. Quid thinking about the Azir.
Das ist so crazy. Mein Kicktipp ist... Wow, das ist ein cooles Lock-Cosplay.
Yeah, you can go for
Mein Kicktipp ist komplett am Arsch. Ja, das Gewinnen gibt es noch eine Map, aber da knallen die glaube ich, weg. Ich glaube, Map 3 würde die Spirit so wegschießen. Yon. Digga, mein Kicktipp ist so an der Wand, das ist so krank.
Do have a Bard on your team to be able to get Bard ults and set you up, then you can hit some large Yone ultimates.
Very scary stuff, and we know Quid has played this champion plenty of times in the past. Some mid laners want to keep their distance from it, but Quid is at home, at comfort, here with these powerful melee carry mid laners. Over on the other side, the C9 comp, there's the Rumble that you were talking about all the way back when we first saw the Jarvan, the spicy hot pot combo that is very often picked together. Will be
Jhin, Rumble, last pick, Team Liquid gewinnt 2-0.
A mile away. Rumble's got equalizer from distance. They want their AD carry to also participate from a distance. Deadly Flourish, Curtain.
TI gewinnt im 2.
For Sven, but the final pick of the draft for Team Liquid is Ornn for Morgan.
Yeah, some good engage here to put more pressure onto the Ziggs and Jhin, especially. Picking up the Ornn, it's always a fairly...
So crazy. Mein Kicktipp ist so gefickt. Machen wir jetzt. Ich habe 4 Punkte immer noch.
For Team Liquid.
Kicktipp.
And it's also very effective against Jhin in particular when he opens up the curtain.
Ich habe 4 Punkte. Ach, grüß dich, oh mein Gott. Ja, redet. Ja, redet. Oh mein Gott, das kann nicht sein, Bro. Es kann nicht sein. Ja, das ist so crazy.
Because they're the team that's behind. Don't want to have to be put in a spot where reverse sweep is your only answer.
Wow, Schweiz, wir müssen abmelden.
I think Blabber has a lot of opportunities here.
Was hast du gedacht? Ich glaube, ich hatte 3-0 bei Schweiz oder 2-0. Wow. Bro, wir müssen sofort abmelden. Wow.
And how about on the Team Liquid side? Is it just the Jose Diodo game again? Because Trundle's got a lot less playmaking tools than Lee Sin does.
I'll be looking bottom lane for Jose. You know, if you have a Caitlyn Bard, then
das ist so krank.
Try and like gank for that lane, gank for the Nautilus to crack your.
Ich war kurz in der Kirche, Juli. Geh wieder zurück hier. Das ist ja, nee. Es hat wirklich jemand 1-1 getippt. Entweder Ball Knowledge Maximale oder ja.
Auto attack, that's about it. So it's safe to walk towards him, maybe not safe to walk the other direction. Surely enough, it wasn't.
Und Spirit geht auf Map 3.
Level 1 just kind of fades away.
So we're expecting some pretty big choices here from Blabber early on. As we mentioned, Quid Yone is also always very scary, but you do usually want to put a stop to Caitlyn Bard.
Das ist so fucking crazy, man.
Start to accrue a lot of turret plate money. And you want to try and lend some extra threat to Nautilus engages. Like if Nautilus keeps on hooking in and looks for trades and gets people low, you need to also have some jungle threat, some jungle pressure there to really make sure that they respect it. And so Vulcan and CoreJJ with their own wards and their own brush trying to hold their ground here, but no, not super excessive trading super early on this time around. There is a ward on the Raptors that will see Jose pathing away from the bottom lane. And that is going to tell Vulcan and Blabber that maybe there will be some opportunities for Nautilus, Hookins, and Jarvan to help.
Nee, ich bin noch nicht drüber hinweg.
With the Caitlyn Bard lane early on.
Yeah, the Jhin Nautilus doesn't quite have that same level of early game threat that the Ashe and the Seraphine had that forced CoreJJ all the way back to base in game number 1. But now APA in a little bit of danger here. Luckily dodges away from the Q3 knock-up there on Quid's Yone. Quid gets the last little bit of the trade. APA calm, saving the flash, using the satchel to get away to safety.
Yeah, and the reason why he's so calm there is they did have the ward on Raptors.
Also ich habe noch Brasilien-Sieg drin.
It sees the Trundle, it sees Jose walk over there. So APA very well knows this could be a very likely possibility that he's going to come from this angle. And so he kind of just sits it there. No summer spells, as you say, doesn't panic. And here we go. He does clean up the rest of the CS. And it'll mean that it's only a very slight delay, but it is a delay between taking the bottom camps, respawning for Jose, and the top camps.
Okay, APA asks if Jose is a fanboy. Jose responds a bit.
Yeah.
And then Jan says he doesn't speak English. Grandpa Jose.
No hablo inglés, abuelo Jose.
Now we're getting a little into
that I was
it.
expecting from game number 1.
Very comfortable.
Fucking funny.
Again, yeah, APA saw him with that Raptor ward, so he was also trying to use his time a little bit and then provoke him with the chat as well.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a distraction that ends up being throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his topside Scuttle Crab right now.
Yeah, it also is a reminder of game number 1 where Jose was a very successful fan of APA in the mid lane.
Oh, he was
with
the biggest
Lee Sin. He was maybe too successful of a fan.
Yeah, he crashed the fan meet there for APA in the mid lane. He had a target on that Anivia's back all game long, and he just consistently hit the mark over and over. Not sure exactly.
Ja, natürlich spielen, ob sie Leute, es reicht.
Right now, League officials
4 Punkte ist crazy. 4 Punkte ist crazy, 4 Punkte ist crazy.
What is going on, but I hope it is
4 Punkte ist krank. So, nee, wird wieder geändert. Tippabgabe. Okay, ich habe 2-1 Brasilien, Marokko. Nee, das ist so fucking crazy. Das ist so crazy.
I gotta see where he goes because game number 1.
4 Punkte zusammen. Wie hat jetzt wer gespielt? Schweiz unentschieden gegen Katar. Ich kann nicht mehr.
Comes in and saves Thanatos. They get the outplay there, but it definitely didn't have the same presence. It didn't have the same effect that you got to see from Jose's lead.
And in this game, at the current pause, we have had the early
Okay.
for Black
Map 3 bei Spirit.
on the map already. You get a little time to work with between your first, clear and the respawn for the second clear. So we'll see where, what he does with it.
Oder? Oh, warte mal. Nein, niemals.
I believe it was Jan had his settings were reset in the game somehow.
Oh.
Ja, Map 3 bei Spirit.
Put it re-input.
Was ist das hier?
Schweiz, also ungelogen, wenn Schweiz dieses Spiel nicht gewinnt, nenne ich meinen Sohn so wie ihn hier. Ich nenne ihn Akram. Ich nenne ihn Akram Aviv. Wenn Schweiz dieses Spiel nicht gewinnt. Wirklich, Schweiz ist so gut, ne? Also das ist ein richtig unangenehmes Team einfach auch so zu bespielen. Immer top. Die Leute.
Oh mein Gott.
Also ehrlich.
Es wird immer schlimmer. Oh mein
Gott. Haben die.
Oh, der ist ja live gerade.
Junge. Wie heißt die Schweizer Instagram-Seite?
Okay, wir sind wieder in-game. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
Settings are fixed. Vulcan making a pass through the mid lane here. Eric, can Flowers speak Spanish?
I answer for you. You can. She's been on that Duolingo for years now.
Yeah, there we go. We're working on it. I'm not fluent, but I can make it happen.
There. Yeah, I mean, so this is pretty funny because both of our mid laners have just different ways of expressing themselves in games. Usually APA is on the keyboard typing, But Quid has his own thing.
Das ist so krank.
IRL emotes, which is equally as enjoyable for a lot of people. Or in chat, you can let us know which one's more enjoyable. Quid's always doing
Das ist crazy.
IRL versus the APA all chat, getting in there. Some interesting conversations going, Flowers.
Akram abhiefen, ehrlich.
Here. In terms of the results of our fan poll for who had the better draft, it looks like about 2/3. C9. In this one, so we'll get to see if they're right here, because you know, win or lose, you can always just blame it on draft.
I love it because people also, why did you give X best champion? And you can say that for APA Ziggs. People do that all the time. Why did you give him Ziggs? That's going to be a free win. Or why did you give Quid Either way,
oh my God.
Be able to say afterwards, what in the heck? Quid got Yone, APA got Ziggs.
Other guy doing?
And currently, APA Ziggs is ahead with his gold. And remember, he did soak some enemy jungle time. And as well, they're going to be able to transfer this into the Dragon. Mid lane push, bot lane going to head over to.
Okay, C9 with control over the bottom side. River, very reminiscent of game number 1. Remember that first Drake in that one was secured with no contest from TL, who would then follow up taking the grubs later. So we'll keep an eye on Jose, see if that's the play he wants to go for here in a couple of minutes. But a nice early Drake for C9. They'll always be happy about that one, as Yawn is still just left in the bottom lane here to keep on farming. Quid making a rotation up towards the top side, though. They might be looking for a potential play onto things.
Oh, Junge. Wieso spielt man auf Jahren immer noch Fleet Footwork? Für Lane einfach. Für Lane ist gut.
Thanatos, he's going to make the play on you.
Just turns it right back around.
We're trying to gank the top laner. Oh, now you're going to lose your crab, buddy.
Yep, Thanatos is chasing Jose all the way out. Blabber's coming up behind him. There's the equalizer into the Mega Inferno Bomb.
Okay.
Flash don't matter. Jose's cooked.
Okay, C9 Thanos.
You don't gank Thanatos. He ganks you.
Beautiful, man. Thanatos saw him in this pixel brush, walked him down all the way to kill him at mid-lane turret.
Get the hell out of my lane. You gotta think twice before you gank him again now, Flowers.
Yeah, even Jose says, ouch. That's not a good experience there. The Trundle gets punished.
Yeah, really good from Thanatos to recognize he can just walk him down too. And now you got the flash off of Trundle. So we mentioned, oh yeah, it's really good for Trundle to be able to use move speed and like dodge a Jarvan EQ. Guess what? Blabber's the level up on you has Cataclysm as well, and you don't have flash. So he could trap you, Jarvan. And by the way, Jarvan doesn't have to stay in the Cataclysm. You know, he can trap the Trundle and then EQ out of it and leave you there burning to the, assuming the Rumble is there. So there's definitely some options for them to play with. Cloud9 with a fairly healthy 1,000 gold lead in Dragon.
Yeah, C9 feeling good about things here. So far early, 45 seconds until those Void Grubs spawn. There are still the wards in the top.
Weißt du zufällig, wo und wann Prime League Finale im Sommer ist? Wo ist, glaube ich, noch nicht 100% confirmed. Wann? Ende August, eher Richtung September, glaube ich.
Play the tank into Rumble. Well, early on, you kind of just have to take the losing trades, play carefully, until you get Kanik Rookern, and then you just don't care nearly as much.
Yeah, and it's kind of a similar quiet story for mid lane where APA Ziggs, like the Ziggs is always going to have this extra possibility of plays around mid lane, and we just saw it with the jungle being pushed towards mid. Guess what? APA Ziggs' ultimate damage was very meaningful in getting that kill, and he can do it from a very long range. Meanwhile,
Nur die LPL oder LCK nachschauen von heute? LPL, ja.
We've got
LPL wäre funny.
timers here to work with, but yeah, the Ziggs gets to push waves very quickly. You get to push a little first, you get a little bit of extra time, and you have a lot of range. Now, though, he has teleport, so Ziggs can teleport back if they want to contest this Grubs.
Also LPL heute. BLG vs. WE. Best of 5 für MSI-Spot. Jose. Wow, die Bart-Ult, die war so gut. Oh, 3 Mann, oh. Oh, Lord have mercy. Wir sind geknallt.
They wanted to continue.
Oh, weia.
No flash, just like we were looking for with the Cataclysm flowers. But Blabber does use the EQ to get the distance, then goes for Cataclysm, has to flash out. In the end, we're going to look at bottom lane instead.
All right, Jan trying to evade the curtain call here. Wow. Sven, ooh, he misses the fourth one. And the flash from Yon to escape the dredge line means he lives to see another day.
So, der Jaun ist jetzt ahead in Gold. Und der Orn leider auch. Wie machen wir's?
For Jose, CoreJJ is also there with the Roam Timer, and the Bard ultimate buys him so much time, as well as the magical journey he's able to use afterwards to survive and get out of there. So here's another look.
Wie machen wir's?
I think they've got him cooked, right? Okay, running down in the cataclysm. CoreJJ though,
Also 2 Kills für den Orn, also okay. 2 Kills für den Orn, also, ha?
jump to get away there, as well as burst down Jose.
Woher kommt die Musik? Also nicht, wie das Saxophon lauter wird.
He's going to be the beneficiary. Gets a bunch of gold here onto the Yone, and we were warning.
You get it? Nice.
That's the look on the face of a man who just made a 3-man Yone ult. You can see the coaches behind the scenes for TL feeling the same way. What a massive turnaround.
Yeah. Go look up Quid Yone LCS highlight, and it's actually one of our most famous plays that we have from him. So this champion and Quid, very dangerous combination. We'll see if Team Liquid can use that to their success later on in the game, but him getting at least one of the last hits there, as well as picking up a couple of the assists, and big play for him to wrap up 3.
Nice ult.
I mean, it was a good denial from CoreJJ. Like, CoreJJ had his back. If it wasn't for CoreJJ's Bard ultimate, then yeah, the Ziggs ult definitely would have roasted up Jose too. But that's the planning, you know. You trusted your teammates, and they knew.
Es bleibt bei 2-1 Brasilien, Marokko.
On a timer as well, so good use of the Bard denial by Team Liquid. Cloud9 right back to objectives though. Right back to business as usual for them.
They will take that second Drake. Again, no real contest coming from Team Liquid. Sven took a chunk, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll see if we get a fight for the Rift Herald here, but that's still 4 minutes away. Jose Otto completing the Trinity Force. And you touched on it a little bit, but yeah, Quid only got one of those 3 kills that they got in the fight.
Marokko, ja, für Brasilien. Ich habe für Brasilien immer noch.
Morgan now has the Kanik Recurrent fully completed. So accelerating that Ornn a little bit further ahead now makes it very, very different in his encounter with Rumble, using that passive shield to ignore most of the damage in these shorter trades.
Yeah, super good breakpoint for him. Bot 5.
Oh, here we go again. It's CoreJJ with a Tempered Fate right into the snap.
Okay.
Just yet, Vulcan finally dies. Jose gets
Oh mein Gott.
keeping him healthy. And Black
Oh mein Gott.
in danger. Quid goes in after Sven, but he won't quite have the range to
Oh mein Gott.
field. It won't matter though. That's still 2-0 TL. And C9 are again on the receiving end
Oh mein
of
Gott.
the Team Liquid damage.
Yeah, Team Liquid, another good counter from them. They turn it around. They do invest in teleport, so Quid got down to the bottom side, opens up a turret plate here at 4 APA and denying a tower, but he's going for another little chunk onto Sven. Sven still has double summoner spells, so he's not in threat of his life, but Quid was trying to force him to panic and burn at least one of those extra summoner spells while the tower is being taken. TL, though, another good little counter from them onto a...
Ich schwör, wir können nicht 3-0 werden, oder?
They get some kills.
Das wäre so fatal, ihr checkt das nicht.
Talking about breakpoints, that Blade of the Ruined King done for Quid.
Full build Yone. He's got his upgraded Berserker Greaves with the quest. He's got his Doran's Helm. He's got his Blade. With the plays he's already been making, it's only going to get worse for C9 going up against this guy as Jose Otto takes the Blast Cone to get away. Vulcan and Thanatos trying to find something here in the Team Liquid jungle. CoreJJ trying to catch up. There's no Tempered Fate on the Bard anymore, but more.
Boah, wir sind so gepickt. Es ist actually over, by the way. Es ist actually over.
Still trying to continue their way out.
Es ist actually over einfach.
Snap trap. Vulcan takes a bit of damage from that. Thanatos got to be careful here. Morgan summons up the call, the Forge God. Thanatos with the flash away, makes sure that he can't be caught in the CC. But now Morgan goes forward, finds the knock-up, and Vulcan's going to be
over.
Again, he can't Spider-Man to safety. Tempered Fate cooldown comes up at the very end of the fight, but misses the target. It's still +1 TL.
What an extensive invade. We ended up with 10 people there at the top of the map at 13 minutes, Flowers. Everybody came to follow up on that Thanatos Vulcan invade that they got the Wolf, but now Thanatos might be the next target. Vulcan did drop in the
Stellen wir da oben wieder?
Thanatos had to flash, so this Rumble, no flash.
Oh mein Gott.
No flash, 1 versus 3. That traffic cone is the end of him.
Warum emotet der?
That's the scuba. The scuba emote IRL.
They're diving all the way under the turrets. All three of them go in. Thanatos' Rumble falls. This game that started off looking pretty nice for C9, now a 7-1 lead, 2,500 gold for TL.
Dude, Spawn is usually just so locked in the coach reactions.
Yeah.
You know, he is just banging the table, or he's like golf clapping, you know, like, all right, good
It's like,
job.
all right, good hustle,
you
guys,
should have
good
done
hustle.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's in there with the scuba diving.
Oh,
Dicker, also...
APA and the fate sealed!
Hallo?
Just that!
Perfection,
Wow.
Flowers, perfection. Able to use the E-snap back on the hook, too.
That was...
Wir werden wieder geknallt. Ich verstehe. Bro, wie kannst du innerhalb von 2 Wochen
I don't know what I could have asked him to do that he didn't do. He gets
so
he gets away.
kollapsen?
He does it without needing assistance from anybody else. Quid is just monstrous here in this second game. 3-0-4, 7
Wie geht es?
participation on this Yone. This is going to be a problem that I don't know if C9 has the arithmetic to solve.
Wie kannst du so kollapsen in 2 Wochen? Ich verstehe es nicht. Ich kapier's nicht. Ich kapier's nicht.
Traps everywhere. I don't think C9 wants it.
I think, Flowers, now would be a good time for a Kia poll for chat.
Okay.
Das geht gar nicht. Es geht nicht.
Quid on Yone or
Wie kann das immer wieder passieren?
We'll see what chat thinks. It's not a very fair time to run that
I was
poll.
going to say, running that poll at this time is like a breathalyzer, man. Are people watching?
Warum emotet der?
Spawn is diving under the turret. Scuba tank ready. Okay, so we'll see, though. Maybe that's just an early possible comeback here. We've seen APA Ziggs hold off
Unreal.
tremendous amounts of minions, so always good wave clear and good combos, but Team Liquid, they just have so much momentum in this series, it feels like, and already really snowballing the gold lead here again in this game number 2. Though Cloud9 do have 2 of the early dragons, and they're starting up another one, which they want to get here. Quid has teleport. He could join.
Yeah, Team Liquid immediately tries to challenge. Core JJ throwing out the Tempered Fate, but he only finds the Dragon with it. No enemy champions. Jose Diodo caught by the dredge line. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top, but not a whole ton of value. Core's the only one low. C9 on the retreat. Fate sealed. Once again.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
APA is roadkilled, and he won't be the only one. Blabber dies next as Thanatos tries to fight his way out, but there's no way home. TL gets the Drake, they get 3 kills, and they are not finished. Sven tries to escape, but Yawn chases him down with a 90 caliber net. A little bit more damage. Yawn flashes forward here for the headshot. He's underneath the turret, but Morgan is tanking it for him. Team Liquid continues the chase. The shutdown back onto Yawn does happen, but Core also gets the chase kill onto Vulcan. Team Liquid, 17 minutes into the game, 7,000 gold ahead.
TL are feeling themselves, Flowers. They're flashing under Tier 2 towers to go for dives after the objective. Here's another look at it where Quid just finished up on the tower on top side, and Yone does have the teleport to come to this fight. Here's an initiation, though. APA gets hit with the pillar just to slow down a little bit, and they're going to be looking at him. Look at Quid, though. This Yone, boom, E walks straight for him. The edge of the Yone ult clips him. They get the good chunk damage. Then also the Caitlyn ult damage, meaning...
Ja, ich glaube Draft. Also ich habe den Draft gecallt 2-0, aber wie sie verlieren. Schwierig. Schwierig.
Take down the Ziggs. And they're just having fun out there playing League of Legends. And looking like...
that was an A+ fan cam, man. Now this is not an A+ position for C9. Blabber caught in his own jungle. The Rift is no longer safe, Kobe.
No.
If you're wearing a C9 jersey, you cannot walk outside of the base walls alone. You have got to be careful. Every single brush could have a Team Liquid gank waiting and ready to send.
Yeah, Cloud9 up against the walls already. We're only 18 minutes into this game this time. Last time it took a little bit longer, but Cloud9 already.
Es ist alles so krank.
Secondary tower in mid lane was already taken. there are objective bounties on the Rift. You don't like to see that early in the game.
The yellow glow of shame around the turret.
Or could it be a little hope? Cloud9 hoping for a desperate comeback. Yeah.
Well, the problem about that twinkle of hope is now Morgan's going in after Thanatos. The Rumble that hasn't been able to find the success he needs so far this game. Morgan goes after.
Wir sind so peinlich. Wir sind so ekelhaft scheiße peinlich und schlecht.
So tanky, he doesn't care. APA just threw the whole kitchen sink into the river, trying to hold Yawn away as Hosenioto makes his way into the retreat path of Cloud9. Quid's now joined, and that means there is no hope left here. C9 continue their retreat. Blabber gets followed through the magical journey, and Core JJ finds another one. Double kill back over to the Bard, as Sven is the only man standing to bury the rest of his team.
It's a murder, Flowers. It is murder after murder out there. TL chasing them down, running them through their own base pre-20 minutes.
17-2. Team Liquid almost averaging a kill per minute in a professional game, in a series that will qualify you for MSI if you win it. These guys are locked in.
And this Team Liquid team was built to win, built for success, but Flowers, for most of this season, that is not exactly what they have gotten, not what they actually paid for. Core JJ shouting out Cloud9 Classic here. They're always talking about beast mode, but Team Liquid, I don't think you're going to get any response to that because it's hard to all chat from the other side when you're down 10,000 gold. Back to TL though, this team was built to win the
1 gewonnen, ja, 3-2.
built to qualify for
Oh mein Gott.
international, and now they're built to destroy Blabber.
Yeah, Blabber's out of the picture, and I was pondering this a little bit, because game number one, you already said that one wasn't as one-sided as this one was as quickly, but in game number one, TL took the first Baron shortly before 22 minutes. Here in game number two, they're going to shave 60 seconds off that time. That's a new PB. Personal best. Team Liquid are all 5 persons are besting their counterparts here in this one. 4-0-12 on Core JJ's Bard. I cannot ask for a better performance from a support.
And Morgan, just crushing it on this Ornn. I mean, 6-0-5 carry Ornn angle, Flowers?
Yeah, this is... I can't look at TL's performance this game and really find a whole lot to be upset about. As Core JJ trying to get away through the wall here, opens up the magical journey, but he does get picked. Nice chain CC from Cloud9 to find the enemy support 3 seconds before the Drake spawns. Quid is still up.
Ist die Top-Mid von reicht.
Ready to join the rest of the team if need be.
Aha.
Now, but it's going to be Morgan teleporting first to make sure he has the massive shield. Stepping forward, C9 grouped up as 5. TL even down a man, controlling the Dragon Pipper. Now Morgan with a massive 3-man knockup. Blabber's gonna die here.
Wie kann man so teamfighten? Wie kann man so teamfighten? Was war der TP fürs TP-Schild? Wie kann man so scheiße teamfighten?
No, sir, it's the same story every single time this game as Morgan just menacingly lumbers towards them and guarantees C9 has to stay away. 4v5 and Team Liquid slam the fight.
Morgan's hacking, man. It looked like he got Malphite ult and Ornn ult on the same champion right there. He's able to get a 3-person E to start out the fight and then chase them down, push them out with his own real ulti. So here's it. He puts up his Q, that little pillar right there, and then he's looking at Cloud9 members all hugging around it. Boom, juicy 3-person E into Quid, going on to Blabber. They delete the enemy jungler. That was their first target. Take out the smite. And then Morgan, you see on the top side, is forcing out the entire bottom lane of Cloud9. Fans got to be popping off.
These fan reactions have been incredible here in game number 2. 21-4 though, it's Team Liquid absolutely dominating in this second one. They've got the Baron for another 60 seconds. Quid is pushing up the top lane. Everybody else applying pressure to the tier 3 turret over in mid. C9 trying to draw their battle lines to defend, but this is just not an easy task. They're going to need some kind of a miracle. They're going to need a Team Liquid blunder if we're being honest, because without one, TL are just way too far ahead.
They certainly are, Flowers. Rich as can be. They're inside the base, too. They've infiltrated.
I don't know if that was infiltration as much as it was just putting a battering ram to the door and saying knock, knock. Team Liquid gonna knock their way through the top lane now as well.
Es ist unglaublich.
Kept alive.
Hat sie einen Import-Slot? Ja.
Core JJ has done so much on the board here in game number 2, and we might just
Unglaublich, Mann.
Way sooner than I thought. When we started this second game, C9 trying to go for the 4v5 defense. Vulcan flashing forward, going in, trying to put the pressure onto Yon, but he cannot get it. Vulcan gonna die first. Morgan in the back line, make sure Thanatos dies second. Blabber and Sven fighting
Unglaublich, Mann.
Fountain, but Team Liquid still have not lost a man. TL
Gott, war der krasse Spieler.
Arizona ready to qualify for MSI, ready to play in the finals tomorrow, and they are now one game away from getting it done.
Team Liquid are not playing around. They're not wasting any time in this series either, Flowers. Looking to make their time here in Arizona quick.
What an impressive showing. Obviously, Quid has the flashiest plays throughout the game on the Yone, on the carry, but Core JJ, even at that first fight up there in the topside river, he's the one who saves Jose. He's the
Ich habe keine Ahnung. Also ich hab keinen Schimmer, wie das noch funktionieren soll.
Analyst desk, are we getting to 3-0 today? This is crazy.
Well, we'll hear from the analysts later. First, we got to check in with FlyQuest. We got FlyQuest in the house at Mullet Arena. Cryogen, what's happening in this series? It's a 2-0 so far.
I mean, it seems like TL is just far better today, and honestly, we're really rooting for TL to win. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-0, so, I mean, it's a good game so far by TL.
Okay, you're rooting for TL to win. Griffin, are you rooting for TL?
I was hoping it would be a close series, kind of, but I was expecting TL to win. But it's kind of been a stop so far. Feels bad. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, during the game, you were cheering pretty loud for TL. So it feels like, yeah, you're a little biased here.
Oh, yeah. No, I just, I'm just trying to think. I feel bad because there's a lot of C9 fans in the crowd. They're a bit silent. And it seems like there's a bit more C9 fans than TL. So I hear when, they were really, really loud. So I kind of feel bad for them. But I would like to see APA lose.
See, that's what he was saying during the game, so I was happy that you're willing to say it there. And good luck getting jumped on the way out of the arena. All right, let's hear from Gakkos back here. What's going on this series? How does C9 come back?
I mean, TL beat us, so they are the best team by far. Otherwise, they wouldn't beat us, so I expected that.
Masi, what about you? How's C9 come back?
It seems like a quick 3-0, honestly.
Ach du Scheiße.
Coming back, so yeah.
All right, well, if we're expecting a Liquid sweep, that means we don't have much more time in the arena here for all these amazing fans. So let's talk a little bit about the content that you guys were doing. Cryogen, you just went on a road trip with all of FlyQuest. Does the team still love each other after the road trip? Because that's a scary thing, going on a road trip with your buds, right? You never know what you're going to learn about them.
Er ist Mutter mal bei Cryogen.
The trip was, I mean, it was pretty fun, but at times it was pretty scuffed, I can't lie. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to stream like the camping portion, but it was a bit tragic. But honestly, I thought it was really fun, and it brought us a lot closer. So, what do you think, Griffin?
That was okay. The road trip was really fun, and camping was like a good experience. But honestly, I got the ick from Griffin because this guy cannot leave his phone alone. So I have to say that.
I agree. That was the most boring road trip I've ever had. I swear, I got so mad that we lost in playoffs because we had to do this thing because we lost instead of playing in front of the crowd. So I swear we're never losing again. Bro, we went camping. That's the worst experience I've ever had in my life. 12 hours, no Wi-Fi, on the internet, nothing. I can't even look on social media. Bro, that might have been the biggest dopamine detox I ever had.
Bro, this guy could not get off his phone for 5 minutes, actually. I can't even lie. Like, we were in camping, and there was no service. We see this guy at the end of the road trying to look for service, bro.
How am I supposed to text people? There's no service. I can't text anyone.
Oh, wait. So what I'm hearing is for NA to win at Worlds, we just need to take your phone away for like a month. And then you'll be so craved for some entertainment. You'll start grinding some league. Is that it? Yeah?
I see the vision.
All right,
That's so funny.
FlyQuest, you'll get on that, right? All right. I hear that there's also an after party. Gakkos, what's going on with the after party? FlyQuest gonna be partying up tonight?
Yeah, we are giving a big party with Tradify. It's gonna be so fun.
That's awesome. And Cryogen, where can people get more information about the party if they want to go attend?
Yeah, make sure, if you guys want to come to the FlyQuest party, you guys go to our Twitter page and you RSVP there. It's going to be a really fun party. So I'm expecting to see a lot of people there, so make sure you guys go.
Yeah, go to the Trade of 5 party. We need to get Gakko some motion. Hey, we gotta get everyone lit. Everyone come.
All right, I gotta take that away from him. They all think it's a sweep. What do we think, Mullen Arena? Are we getting a sweep 3-0? The crowd's still behind Cloud9. Let's hear what the analysts have to say.
Hey, Raz, I think you missed the spot over there.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you.
Oh, no.
Get that out there. Get that out there.
It hurts.
Team Liquid has shown up in a big way, and Cloud9.
Where are they?
I don't know.
What happened?
Well, I'll tell you where they're not. They're not set up over here at this play, because this was crazy. I wanted to talk about this play over at the Herald earlier on in the game. So they have this play where they're going to try to set it up. They're taking an early reset through bot for Vulcan. Vulcan is going to go out through mid, and they're saying, okay, we'll help APA. We'll help them get a reset.
They're up 1,500 gold in a Drake.
Exactly.
They're doing well.
It's looking really good. So they have this plan. We'll get APA this reset. APA is sitting on a lot of gold. As you can see, he has his first item ready to buy. So Vulcan and Blabber are going to come through mid. They're going to get the reset for APA. But I really feel like C9 is kind of over-rushing this play, because APA is going to look for a recall. If you look up the top side, Thanatos is still in the process of pushing in this wave. So as we roll it out, Core is in the area. He's kind of harassing them. Jose has already pulled the grubs. But Blabber clearing out a ward, APA just now finishing his base, and you can see it's also kind of like split comms. You can see the assist pings right up here on the top side from Cloud9. You know, Thanatos and Vulcan are thinking, all right, maybe we can actually make a play over through here, push that out first, then we could actually look to make a play over at Grubs.
Olli sagt, wenn morgen T1 verliert, Vulkanausbruch auf Madeira. Er checkt nicht, dass hier C9 gerade 0-2 hinten liegt. Er checkt's nicht. Er checkt's nicht. Er denkt, ihm geht's schlecht. Er denkt, ihm geht's schlecht. Dieses Team kollapst schon wieder.
Or anything like that just yet, so he's going to throw down the equalizer. APA arrives a little bit late, and Core has very good positioning right here to be able to actually get into position and deny a lot of this damage coming down. So the Rumble equalizer gets dropped. Jose gets immune from all this as APA arrives. He was already spamming out that ult. That gets immune as well. And APA now feels like, all right, we are fully committed to this. We need to rush the play. We're trying to get in Jose. And that means he is now fully exposed to Quid. He's walking into melee range of the Yone, who did not even have his E available. So, you know, Quid is able to get free access into the backline and this massive ultimate without having Soul Unbound. He gets a 3-man ult because C9 just line up, and it does not feel like they're talking through these plays. The setup is not correct. They're not on the same page. You don't need to rush it. Jose has no flash. Wait for your carries and be synced up.
Jose didn't even die as well. That was the last time the game was close, because then C9 actually seemed to continue to rush plays. 24 deaths in 24 minutes. Either way, player of the game, it's a tie between CoreJJ and Quid. So fans get to break this tie. You can't just spam Jose and have him win again. I'm sorry, Jose fans. They're gonna try. So it's between Quid and Core.
Das ist so krank.
Very close, partially because of that Yone play we just pulled up. But Quid is popping off. So my prediction before the series was Team Liquid 3.
Was hat er geschrieben? Dass wenn T1
of Quid's performance the last 2 weeks, looking like MVP Quid. And if he continues to look like that, then they're likely to win the series. When you also add on the fact
hat geschrieben, dass wenn T1 morgen verliert, gibt es einen Vulkanausbruch, aber er checkt nicht. Er checkt nicht. Bei dem passiert das so. Einmal im Split, vielleicht zweimal im Split. Bei mir ist es legit. Bro, jede Woche. Jede Woche.
I mean, I feel like I need to flop because I gave C9 games. I thought they were going to lose, and I feel like I need to change my prediction.
Like, Quid has been going crazy these last 2 series, but this is just the play that we've seen thus far from him. I think Team Liquid has just been a completely different team going through the lower bracket. A little bit.
Okay, Spirit knallt ihn, ne? Seht ihr richtig? 4-3, ich sehe eine Eco-Runde. Mit einer geretteten AWP.
They are far more a cohesive team, and Quid is a much more, I think a clear top-tier mid laner that we were expecting when he first came into this league.
I love Spawn getting into it.
Das ist einfach unreal.
I think the big thing for me is you mentioned Core, and I agree on the engage support thing, but he's played
Wie lief Magenta E-Trophy?
He's been everywhere.
Ich sehe, dass Tuni noch online ist.
Positions are are so good for, like, Quid fits in them super, super well, right? Like, there was so much
Ach nee, ist vorbei. Hä, wer hat gewonnen?
to end up getting that 3-man.
Sola hat Maxima gewonnen.
And
So hat Maxima gewonnen gegen Freddy Brücke im Finale. Aha.
entire team.
Digga, bitte.
First game was 16-2. Numbers, and it's behind me. The last game was 24-4. And Emily, I don't even want the graphic behind us to be shown because it actually feels.
Schaut euch das an!
So
Wie geht es?
for C9 fans because the team performed so well during the regular season.
0-3, 0-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 0-3, 0. Wie geht es? Oh, wie geht es?
3 games in a row to not add a 9th series.
I mean, going from an undefeated season to getting swept in back-to-back international qualifying series, there is not a more disappointing way for your year to end.
Yeah, and the fact that we can see the coach cam, not only from the clips that they throw out there for the community to see on YouTube, but also here live in person, their coaches must be fuming.
They gotta be, but if you're on site for spring finals, make sure to check out the Riot Games dev panel at ASU's Mullet Arena before the games tomorrow. So show up early, check that out. Also, don't miss any LCS action when you get your favorite foods delivered on Uber Eats for less gold. We're gonna be right back and see, can TL make the sweep a reality or will C9 bring the comeback?
Das kann nicht sein. Ich bin so sauer.
Red Bull gives you wings.
0-3. Wie geht es? Wie kannst du? Wie geht es? Wie genau der Smite Jungler war, das ist sehr cool. Das ist richtig cool. Boah, ich bin so sauer. Beim 03 früh ins Bettchen, wie soll das gehen? Wie soll ich jetzt hier schlafen gehen? Bist du doof? Morgen wieder Sport? Nein. Ach, das Stream.
Scan the QR code for deals only on Uber Eats.
6 Uhr aufstehen, ja. 6 Uhr Türkei. 6 Uhr Türkei.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hello? Whoa. Mama Gorgon 85 lives here? Yep, that's my mom. The absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer.
Wie kann man das C9 Playoffs Joken einmal noch beheben?
Is your mom?
Alle raus.
Hey guys. Apples with
Alle raus.
How is this possible?
With AT&T wireless and home internet.
Hey, text me if you need anything.
Wir machen die Spiele, bitte. Anderes, bitte, bitte.
Now available across the nation.
No, she's so nice.
Bitte.
That's naughty.
It's I think 6 TP. Did you get
Yeah,
one?
be careful. No, here.
Oh, stop.
Jarvan ulti.
Oh, that might be that.
No flash.
Hey,
I can rotate. They use
ult, okay.
They use a lot already. Look at Jinx. Oh, nice ulti.
Nice. He's gonna take the Porter. You get it?
Team Liquid almost averaging a kill per minute in a professional.
Wie kann Katar 1-1 gegen Schweiz gehen? Bitte, bitte, bitte. Bitte.
If you win,
Bitte.
these guys are locked in.
Part of the game, gunfire and flames. I hear echoes of my name being called in a hall of fame.
Hat Deutschland deiner Meinung nach eine realistische Chance, die WM zu holen? Natürlich. Natürlich, aber du, ich bin auch C9-Fan. Tatsächlich. So ist jetzt nicht. Also. Und Big Fan bin ich auch. Also. Boah, bei mir brodelt so, ne? Wow, ich bin so sauer. Und Spirit verliert gerade auch Map 3. Oh mein Gott. Ey, hier stimmt was nicht. Was ist heute für ein Tag? Was passiert heute? Was macht Spirit da? Ja, also wenn ich hier nicht Karma genug gefarmt habe für morgen T1, dann weiß ich auch nicht mehr. Wie steht's? 0-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS Spring Finals driven by Kia. We are now potentially one game away from a Team Liquid victory here over C9 after a dominant game 1
Donk.
and more dominant game 2 from TL.
Oh, Junge, was Donk da gerade... Also was Donk da gerade wieder für Dinge reingedrückt hat. Junge. Dieser Typ, ne?
And they are allowed to getting into it. All right, Cloud9 fans, do you think you can reverse sweep? You've got to start now.
Yup, it's got to start here. It's
Wow, 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 wow.
or their split is over. They have to wait all the way until summer to play some more. This last chance opportunity here in the lower bracket final to still qualify for MSI, to still qualify for
So.
the finals tomorrow.
Nein, T1 muss morgen verlieren. Wir können, wenn wir den Tag morgen um 8 Uhr morgens anfangen, mit einem T1 Lose, T1 Win. Nee, nee, nein, nicht morgen. Nicht morgen, nein.
And C9 have not had anyone step up to that same level just yet.
Nein, nicht morgen. Nicht morgen von allen Tagen.
I'm feeling like Thanatos Gnar or something like that, one like real signature
So.
champion and
Sina spielt man wieder weiter auf, ich kann's nicht, bitte.
top lane. That has been a route for them.
Bitte bringen sie alle um, Dom.
If you look at the stats, you know, Cloud9 are significant damage portion comes from top lane. Much more significant than most of our.
Ich weiß nicht mehr, was die prospecten wollen.
And APF
Blue Schmiede ist raus, was haben wir da oben? Oh, Toplane haben wir nichts offen, oder? Rice raus. Was zur Hölle? First Pick, ja. Ingame, ja, Ingame. Ach, Scheiße. Bruder. Okay.
The same 6 champions that were banned in game number 2 in that first rotation. The Orion cast, like you're talking about, the Varus kept away for the power pick in the bottom lane. Lucian Karma banned out by C9, and they continue to respect the Quid Akali that could be locked in early. But C9's first pick here, they dropped the Lulu for Vulcan, which means it's got to be some kind of a hyper carry for Sven.
And Sven this season has really been a fan of the Yunara, much more in the beginning.
Oh, ich kann auch Sivir spielen, actually.
But they could still go with the Lulu Yunara or, you know, like
Sivir.
a different hyper carry of Jinx.
Sivir.
And fit one of those in. Meanwhile, the engage of the Nico, which if it was Cloud9 Nico, then you think there's more of a possibility of like mid lane, APA takes it or something, but it is a TL Nico, and so you're pretty sure that is Core JJ Nico on the bottom side, and now you're 100% sure.
Yep, that Nico will be going to the support role as the Victor is locked in early for Quid here. Pretty standard pick, just long-range control mage, clears waves very well. There's nothing crazy that you've got to be prepared for with this guy. And, you know, unless you give him a couple resets in a team fight and the Storm takes up the whole screen. But
yeah, that's all right. So we talked about Sven being a pretty big fan of the Yunara and still holding on.
So, letzten 5 Minuten, wenn ihr noch euer Kicktipp ändern wollt.
Okay.
Ich bleibe bei 2-1 Brasilien. Ich bleib bei 2-1 Brasilien, da kenne ich gar nichts. Das ist mir so egal. Wenn jetzt Marokko noch gewinnt, dann ist over. Sie gehen Yunara. Okay. Gehen die Ezreal auf 3 jetzt, oder was? Wo kann man mittippen? Hier, Kicktipp. Da. Kein Stress. Großteil hat erst 4 Punkte. Mir eingeschlossen, also nie zu spät. Tatsächlich. Was eine Watch Party Hölle, nein. Alles klar, auf Marokko gehen, natürlich.
Okay, so we'll have some range down there.
Ich gewinne schon noch gegen Schottland. Nee, geil. Nee, geil. Nee, geil.
Do what the hyper carry is supposed to get done. The thing is, though, playing Twisted Fate into a champion that has the extreme pushing capability that Victor has means that if APA does look for these plays, if he does look for these roams, and he can't make things happen, it will be very easy for Quid to get himself ahead, forcing plays and shoving waves.
And that's why I think that Cloud9 need Blabber on some sort of jungler that can fight well, you know, because you want a Twisted Fate to be able to also make plays with like an invading jungler or just some sort of jungler that's going to put pressure, like a Xin. Like Xin is up, Jarvan is up. Definitely
Jarvan's banned.
Or Jarvan actually, or excuse me, not Jarvan. Pantheon was what I was thinking of. The Xin or the Pantheon.
Hey, I agree. You look great today. Good job.
Yo,
buddy.
you look great too. The fans in Arizona. Props for that. Crab for next.
Das ist aus wie Poldi. Also Podolski.
That's a rough trade. That's what maybe Cloud9 really needed this in.
Was ist hinein los, bitte?
The Blabbers, Crabbers.
Hast schon einen Win für den Curaçao abgesetzt? Nein, noch nicht finale Ergebnis gecallt.
To that Thanatos Gnar that you were talking about as something that could be a win condition.
In Bald we trust. That's a narrow buff. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done production.
Yeah, excellent camera pan right after that one. It's going to be all top lane bans from both sides here in the second half of the draft, though, as the Gnar and Jace are banned out by TL, the Renekton and the Jax banned away.
Was hast du mit Türkei getippt?
Remember, C9 wanted third game just like they did in game number 2. So that means TL
3-1.
their counter pick here at the very end.
Noch nicht final, meiner vor dem Schlafen gehen.
There's no way they're early picking the top laner when they have counter pick. They can guarantee for Morgan. So let's see. Honestly, they just need something kind of stable from Jose. Ooh, okay.
Sehr stable. Sag es Nocturne ist es auch raus.
And Naviri is very good when enemy is
Schwein.
Twisted Fate, so obviously you can immune gold card very easily with Naviri, and you have a lot.
Victor Jax raus.
Instant double lock C9. They get denied the Gnar with the ban, but they still want the same idea we're talking about, where Thanatos can carry. And Thanatos, I'm assuming, is getting the Ambessa. Technically, we have had the opposite, where
Ja, Gewinner von morgen ist quasi derjenige, der MSI Playing gewinnt, genau.
literally give that 0% chance this game.
Korrekt.
You're giving the carry opportunity to Thanatos, the guy that has been able to carry from the top lane like no other. And you give him some Sejuani synergy to work with, some CC to work with, in addition to a Twisted Fate. So honestly, I do really like this draft from Cloud9. You have 2 lanes, side lanes that can carry, either a Yunara with Lulu buff or Thanatos on his Ambessa. Both APA and Blabber.
Boah, ja.
Lanes. Is going to maybe be problematic with the Shen lock-in.
Freunde, wie machen wir's? Freunde, wie machen wir's? Das hier ist ein Riesenproblem, isn't it?
It kind of solves one of Nico's later game problems where you are a bit squishy. Sometimes you just get popped.
Muss eine Sven-Show werden tatsächlich, ja.
You get the Shen on your back, then the engage is really dangerous.
It's also so effective at preventing Twisted Fate from doing what he wants to do, or my favorite version of all the possibilities with this composition.
Wie machen wir's, Freunde?
Missile. As soon as you fire Nefiri into the back line, you've got Shen attached right to her as a rocket thruster, and you've got so much pressure on whoever they want to go
Sven muss arbeiten.
I hope that we get the hot dog Nefiri skin so you can get your hot dog missile.
Hot dog missile sounds good. Somebody give Kangas some hot dogs to throw to the crowd if it happens, because that would just be a sick way to celebrate being back in an arena here again.
And Shen does. That is very good for countering Twisted Fate, not just the global, but you can also block auto attacks, and so try and get the block down.
Was macht Spirit eigentlich?
It does make it sometimes annoying for Twisted Fate if the Shen is next to someone and he's able to get the block zone up, block the gold card. Not too often, but sometimes, you know, if Twisted Fate would have been thinking about going to the top side to gold card, then it also is a stopper there, because obviously you can easily time it for yourself.
So one thing,
Ey, also das ist krank.
this game, 2 Summoner Spellbooks on C9, both APA and Blabber, running that Keystone. A lot of possibility, a lot of room for creativity there.
Okay, kein Map-Split. Passt.
Can change the course of a fight with an exhaust, with a heal.
Spellbook auf Sejuani.
Different choices. And C9, they have got to be mentally resilient here. Game numbers 1 and 2, it's not like they were particularly close. It was Team Liquid outplaying them, just getting so far ahead, especially there in that second game.
Ich sagte ja, ich hab's nicht mehr.
That topside river fight that just C9 could never recover from. But in a best of 5, your ability to keep your minds on track, reset after a rough game, come back into this one knowing you're back at square zero.
Mental-Team tatsächlich geiler. Also die Nafiri-Shen-Kombo ist halt extrem scary. Wie extrem scary.
So, losing out a little bit already. It does also always hurt a little bit more with Twisted Fate if you miss some, because you get extra value from hitting CS out of your passive. So makes people count them even more.
Yeah.
The chat goes wild with the -1s. We'll see though, because Jose is bottom.
Wie schätzt du die Chance für den mehr Sieg ein? 10% maximal. Ich verstehe nicht, wie viel besser Solari ist als die restlichen Teams.
The hyper carry Unara is first blood at 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the game, and Team Liquid is on the board with Jose Diodo.
Yeah. The hype around the carry, Jose Diodo.
The hype around the carry is like that's not what you wanted the start of this lane to be.
2 long swords for Jose's recall, but Blabber will make him pay the nominal price of your blue buff.
I'd take that.
For that. I'll take that any day. Get the early kill onto Sven. Sven held on to his summoner spells. He, resigned himself to death after Core JJ had the good engage. We're focused on Nafiri getting the kill.
Ja, also ich könnte natürlich 0% sagen. Also 0% ist realistischer. Solari wird EMEA Master sehr, also ich glaube Solari EMEA Master Win 80% plus.
Sven after that was like, okay, fine, you got me. I am resigning myself to death, and Nafiri gets paid. So we'll see what Jose can do this game. That champion with money is extremely problematic.
Oh yeah, Fed Nafiri is a problem. The champion can just do so much
Der läuft nach.
all at once.
Beide kein Smite.
Sejuani on the enemy team. You do have the Lulu to try to protect whoever gets dove.
Blabber is being able to get the bottom
Okay.
crab. I kind of like that, He warded his own red and dropped it so that he could get the crab. And make the fans happy.
Was ist dein Lieblingsskill? Einfach der von Kaufland Eigenmarke esse ich immer.
And he can go back and get his red afterwards anyway. No big deal there. Make sure he does not get double crabbed.
With burst down here onto Vulcan as C9 will try to get this wave shoved up, crashed into the turret. Also a massive wave crashing into the top lane turret there as Thanatos has controlled that one against Morgan here early. I think there is a lot of pressure on Thanatos in this game because you're on a champion like Ambessa that
Oh man.
top lane, because he's been, I just think, so far and away throughout almost the entirety of Spring Split, by far the best top laner. And so now, being put on this champion at this do-or-die must-win moment, he's really got to step up.
Yeah, best top laner in the league. Morgan has picked a pretty good nullifying stopper champion for the top side. Shen for the absorb. Be kind of fine up there.
I mean, Seju, by the way, Shen ist gut in Lane, ne? Also Shen ist sehr, sehr stark in Lane.
It still can get really dicey if Sejuani goes up there, because you can block some autos, but Sejuani brings a lot of CC anyway with the ulti, so we'll see which area they decide to focus, since bottom side Sven already having a little trouble.
Ooh, Core JJ walks up. He goes for the Tangle Barb. Nice juke from Sven, because if he gets caught
Ja, wir haben ein Riesenproblem hier.
right there waiting, that could have been another big problem. If nothing else, it should have at least been summoner spells.
Yeah.
But a nice juke from Sven keeps him safe for now.
Well, then they're just trying to keep their farm consistent here. Keep the gold income up. And we're approaching to the level 6 for Twisted Fate.
I'm curious how much attention C9 is going to put on attacking Morgan specifically, because that's one of the answers that you normally do into Shen. Shen can save anybody on his team except for Shen. So,
Problem ist, dass also 3 gegen Shen ist immer, wie löst du die Ulti-Situation beim ersten/zweiten Drake? Das ist das Problem.
You can see the pings though, as TL does have the control ward and the tri-brush, so they're just trying to waste
I spy
his
with
time.
my little eye.
Yeah,
it's a really good control ward spot, by the way. Really, really good, precise spot there. Be able to get
Mal sehen.
little look around, and he's going to go complete the recall anyway. They were looking for the bottom crab, by the way, so Blabbers, Crabbers, join powers now.
Vulcan walking into the tri-brush, finds poor JJ waiting. Does he a good little chunk of damage there?
Ja, Shen-Ulti ist halt zum Beispiel ab jetzt hier, ne?
Blabber continuing to try to keep going.
Upgrades meist für Blabber, aber ja, er kann halt nicht, ne?
There with
Ja.
the Arctic Assault because Team Liquid was bringing help faster. Jose smites the crab away after seeing Blabber's re-entry, so Blabber's just going to go back to his own jungle. Another thing that's important to remember is even though Jose got off to that good start with the first blood down there in the bottom lane, Blabber, as the Sejuani, your first purchase is so cheap with the Protoplasm Harness, and it's so powerful too. It could really be a big X factor in one of these early skirmishes. One of these early...
Ja, was will ich gerade wieder drauf geben? Ich meine, es ist okay, das zu machen, right? Du draggst quasi Leute rum, dich zu nerven. Also du kriegst halt...
We've actually seen Blabber get counter-jungled really hard on Sejuani and still come back and have a very successful game. In fact, against Jose himself, Blabber was pushed out and still able to have a meaningful impact. So let's see. Their bottom lane, of course, and their mid lane were both getting pushed in, so you don't always get to be the...
Also was Spirit da abzieht, by the way, ne?
Your crab power.
Unreal.
That, Jose wrapping around again. Twisted Fate, kind of, you can see him hovering too. Anytime they hover Twisted Fate, you get the mirror.
Ooh,
Morgan.
Execution though from Thanatos. Wants to go in.
Morgan.
Protects himself for now, but the damage from Thanatos
Wow.
is not quite
Will nicht Flash für Flash trainen.
Commits the ulti, but Morgan gets away. Now Quid in danger. Gold card immediately.
Shen-Ulti.
Prison. C9 trying to strike hard here in the mid.
Usen sie nicht. Wahrscheinlich richtig entscheidend, ne?
Deals him a losing
Er muss also wenn der Shen muss zuerst basen.
Cloud9 attacking two lanes at once. One with the,
Wenn der Shen nicht base ist seine Lane over, er muss basen.
mid lane. Wow, Jose is taking the dragon, so objective still picked up for Team Liquid, but Cloud9 getting on the board with a kill.
AW ist Alienware. Haben sie namensrechte gekauft.
APA wants to get away from it. Hound's pursuit chases him underneath the turret, but immediately Call the Pack has to be used to back off after the Tangle Barbs miss from Core.
It's an old one, but a good one, Flowers.
I missed this one. This is a classic one right here.
I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Feels like home.
That's what I was about to say. It feels like coming home as Team
Ich will dann für den, ja.
They took the first Drake. It was a later first Drake than in the first couple of games. Previously, we would see it around when it spawned. This time around of 7.5 minutes. And now, with the Void Grub spawning shortly thereafter, Jose is going to go ahead and pick those up as well. So early neutral control for Team Liquid.
All right. Let's take a look. Core JJ hits 6, so you really got to keep tabs on him by pressing tab and tracking that Nico.
That's good advice. Make
Nico
sure you press tab.
Currently up in the top side 2v1, so it's pretty easy when they're at the tower, but are going to have to look out for those. Again, if you've got the Nico Shen combination, can be deadly. Definitely helps if your Shen is already getting pummeled and pushed under tower. And
Also ich merke ja, ich schon nebenbei.
pushing Morgan in, chunking him low. You want to keep up the pressure on the source of the global, what you're talking about previously, where keep Shen low, keep the pressure on Shen, so that even if he can like get away from you and get an ult off, he'll lose a lot for doing so.
Right, you'll have control, you'll have push, and even if he arrives, if he's chunked to half HP, that might not be the turnaround in the battle that Team Liquid would be hoping for. Cloud9 with a very modest gold lead right now, but again, that can be kind of deceptive in a game with Twisted Fate. Kind of what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, he gets the bonus dice gold whenever he kills stuff, but that's built into the kit. He's balanced around it. He's supposed to be ahead in terms of money. Steps forward here, closes a little bit of distance onto Quid, closes enough to grab at least the stun for the quick little bit of damage, but it's not like Quid's feeling a whole lot of pressure here. Blabber still hanging around. I want to see if Blabber can get another gank maybe onto this Victor, onto this immobile mage that can be such a good target, because the further ahead you can get APA, the faster you can get him to that Twisted Fate 3-item power spike where you have your rapid fire cannon and you can really set up picks, the more well-equipped C9 will be to find the play that wins them their first game in this series.
And I like that you say Blabber should do it, because Sejuani is very good at playing
Das heißt, wir haben die Hyperscaling Comp hier, right?
middle engages. Against the Shen, a lot of times you kind of want to make an engage, but not fully commit to it. And Sejuani is very good at doing.
Mein Hyper-Carry ist halt nur behind.
You get the Shen
So.
burned, and maybe back off if necessary, or fully burst them down if you actually have the angle. But Sejuani is very good at having options, has the mobility, has the long range, in addition to the CC. So can kind of pick and choose your battles and make your choices wisely. APA currently is sitting on the Ghost and Teleport with his Summoner Spellbook, and Blabber is currently topside as well. Teleport invested to go back.
Das Effekt zum Reverse Sweep, ja.
Debate ult still being held on to.
All right, C9 bottom lane, 63 stacks, or 53 stacks, sorry, can't read. On the call left for Sven before he'll be.
Wie machen wir es mit der Shen-Ulti für den zweiten Drake?
A little bit on this small gold deficit down here that Jan has earned for himself on the Ezreal. 1.5 minutes until the next Drake spawns in this one. First was Mountain, second was Ocean. The two big defensive Drakes will be out of the opportunity there for what soul arises. Lots of vision control down here in the bottom river right now for the TLs.
Also der Hypercarry was Nafiri Ulti und Shen-Ulti. Mann, die Sache ist Nafiri Ulti. Also Lulu ist sehr, sehr gut gegen Nafiri.
Side brush, banana brush.
Ja, ich sehe es. Der Rundenwin für Spirit und wir sind back.
Alright, continue to farm here. Trying to snipe a little.
Wird C9 überhaupt Drake contesten? Nein, also ich meine, du musst halt irgendwann, ne? Also, ich sag für den dritten und für den vierten hast du immer, also ab dem dritten kannst du theoretisch die P abhaben, erste, zweite abgeben. Ich meine, kannst du machen. Ich find's nicht so gut. Aber I guess du musst auch.
Shen always does
Sure.
this where having the block. Okay, there you go. He gets the full Trinity Force. Shen always kind of does that where he kind of slows it down a little.
Lass mich das 3-0 mal sehen.
Sejuani already and Twisted
Hab Vertrauen in Thanatos, persönlich.
can definitely be a bit of a stopper to a lot of those plays you look for. And since everybody's holding on to their flashes still, it's not like there's a really good opening to punish. So see here with limited vision and information as well. Blabber coming right back out to open on the bottom side of the map.
Ach du Scheiße.
Where Jose already currently resides.
Yep, Jose going to clear out some of that vision. Core JJ next to him. Team Liquid again trying to control the neutral objectives. Remember, they've already got the first couple of them so far in this game. Teleport.
Was passiert da bei Spirit?
As Blabber and APA are forced back a bit. Jose Dioto still just hanging around in the banana brush here. Just wants a little bit more damage onto Blabber as he tries to make his way back over here. Drake not started yet.
Oh mein Gott, Shiro!
Bottom side river.
What? Oh mein Gott!
Going to take a recall.
Oh mein Gott!
If he needs to go back to top lane, he has his ulti. If he needs to join the fight, and he just purchased Titanic Hydra, which is a
Oh mein Gott, war das krank!
Team Liquid just going to take this dragon, make sure that they are
Holy fuck!
stack those neutrals. Thanatos will cash in on some plates top side in the meantime.
Yeah, money, money, money here for Thanatos. See what they can get. Blabber also wants to take another blue away during that time. So it is going to be the two dragons and the two blue buff steals.
Ach du Scheiße.
C9.
You were really correct about the thing about Shen slowing the game down. This is by far our lowest action
Oh.
so far, but now
Is es playable?
has APA and Blabber coming up to help him. They attack.
Guys?
Then they go for the dive. Thanatos. Not
Och bitte, ja.
Morgan in the 1v3 gets out alive.
Did that Sejuani ult hit you, Flowers?
Was passiert bei CS Spirit gegen einen Sieg, gerade Map 3? Insaner Klatsch. No joke, insaner Klatsch von Shiro. Wow, 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 wow.
I believe.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a replay.
Maybe
of
we'll slow it down a little
in a moment, but
usually
right
when
now,
that happens, it's a flash prediction.
Oh, er ist tot, oder? Actually. Ja, der holt sich den Cinder. Jose geht über die Wave.
the gravity field thrown down.
Ah, ne, Moment, ist nicht tot. Okay.
From APA, get him away from that before Quid is able to trap him nearby. Now, Jose Dioto is still waiting here in the brush.
Er ist tot. Hä? Ist er einfach tot? Ja, hä? Aber...
Team Liquid shows them how to get the 3v1 done. They make the dive happen. They get the extra kill. Vulcan forced to use Wild Growth defensively after the ulti reset there for the Nico. Now Jan protected by the Stand United. Morgan shows up to make sure that Sven has to fully retreat.
Okay, he does retreat though, and he's going to live for now. Wave does get pushed in, but they should be able to recover from that. Nice little punch from Team Liquid on the top side after the attempted play from Cloud9. And yeah, it was a prediction ult from Blabber trying to predict the flash. And so that's what just makes even more important Morgan's sidestep. Morgan's able to sidestep both of them. He sidestepped both Thanatos and Blabber. And then still have his flash to be able to get
Digga, was passiert bei Spirit?
So sick. So here's again, look at this sidestep that he's going to do. So first he's going to block the gold
Okay, 10-11.
with the dodge. And then this sidestep there. Dodges out the Sejuani ult, who was predicting. And then he's able to still have his flash dash to get out of range. Really nice from him.
Brasilien bleibt zur Scheiße, spielt zur Scheiße, perfekt.
The happiness of the TL fans as Lord Morgan gets his Survive the Dive award, as we do have a game once again on a knife's edge here in terms of gold. But it's the Team Liquid neutral objective control that
So, wie machen wir's?
at 100%. They got the Rift Herald as well.
Nächster Drake, I mean, du musst TPen, right? Aber ab sofort, die Fights werden, by the way, nur schlimmer. Jose Deodo ist so ahead, das bedeutet, der hat auf Curve 2 Items, 3 Items.
Which means Thanatos cannot afford to hang around here and try to defend this. At least C9 on the other side of the map will also use this opportunity for APA to push the
Und dementsprechend stirbt er halt auch nicht schnell.
Okay.
Plus Sven ist behind, das heißt, die haben auch nicht genug Damage mit ihrem Hypercarry. Relativ viel Arbeit muss von Thanatos kommen, habe ich so das Gefühl.
Much closer than previous Flowers, so the hope alive for Cloud9 in the series. They have a lot of work to do to claw their way back, but it starts with one game at a time.
Ist es ein Upset?
Herald being used by
Ich weiß nicht. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly. Ist es ein Upset? Ich weiß nicht. Der Collapse von diesem Team ist so crazy.
Jungle Vision. Solid setup for TL, gonna get another charge as well.
Yeah, that's even more plate money going their way. Now Blabber trying to defend himself in the jungle, make sure he controls his wolves still, but Jose and Core roaming around.
Also dieser Collapse von C9 in Playoffs ist wirklich crazy.
As Thanatos maybe the target? No, they don't want to full send onto the Mbessa like that, not with the rest of C9 around and ready to reinforce. The next dragon spawning in under 60 seconds now. As C9 want to move forward, should be able to secure this Scuttle Crab. As Yon takes his retreat in the mid lane.
Was macht Spirit, by the way?
Ezreal, not sure how much gold he has, but the tier is fully
Oh mein Gott.
The Mana Mune, it will evolve into the Muramana instantly, and that will be a massive power spike. Doesn't have the money for it.
Was macht Spirit? Oh mein Gott.
We'll see if they are able to utilize that on the timer when it comes.
Ach du Scheiße.
It's ahead of time right now. Dragon is going to arrive a little bit early, so push that timer up. Man, Jose on 2 items. Yeah, you were talking about how cheap like the Sejuani items are, so Sejuani can match, but I feel like this Nefiri shreds with the cleaver, Voltaic as well. Stack up your Conqueror.
Da bist du, ja, ich bin auf dem Screen. Morgen.
Okay. They've already got early priority on the lane brush here. Core JJ sitting and waiting with the Nico, threatening the Nico plus Shen combo.
Okay, there's your Twisted Fate ulti. Morgan also going to arrive now.
Da kommt der Fight.
Tier 1. To answer the wave being shoved up.
Shen ulti's up.
Liquid's got to be careful though. Jose Deodo chunked down to 1/3 HP. C9 grouped up as 5. Control over the river belongs to them. They still have the Scuttle Crab for the next little bit. Jose Deodo on the backs of the pit, still thinking about trying to steal this one away. Quid gets tagged there.
Die haben wir noch Shen ulti. Kommt rein.
Diving into the back line, defensive pop loss of trying to
Oh mein Gott, Blabber.
Blabber taking a ton of damage.
Okay.
Protoplasm harness keeps him alive.
Jose will drüber gehen.
Sides firing back and forth as Jose Deodo jumps.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
Nobody dead yet, but C9's on the run. Team Liquid managed to secure the objective and move to Soul Point.
Ooh, how chaotic it was too. On the re-engage, they go for it. Jose gets back in. They do smite, and that's a very early 3 dragons for Team Liquid, setting up the super early soul in this game. Here's a look at the engage though. So they start out, get a little chunk there. Sven goes for a poke on Quid, and they get the gold card stun into Ambessa, but the Shen shield does.
Ich schwöre, es ist kein 50-50. Ihr habt vollkommen recht, by the way. Ihr habt vollkommen recht, es ist kein 50-50.
Not only did he stop the engage, he doesn't quite get the top flash on his Sven. I think that actually would have been able to kill Sven for sure right there. If he just had the tiny bit of extra range. But even
Oh my God, Spirit.
not getting the range on the
Oh my God, Spirit.
flash onto Sven, they still are able to get the objective and push Cloud9 away.
Now there's that pressure on C9. 4 minutes from now,
Oof.
must win the next Drake. Otherwise, you're staring at an Infernal Soul Team Liquid. As Blabber does
Ja, die können nichts machen, by the way. Das hier ist 3-0.
APA forced to flash away. If he got caught by the Tangle Barbs there.
Also, die sind zu behind.
Jose Deodo with that Hound's Pursuit
Außer die zaubern beim 4. Drake.
right on top of him. Team Liquid again moving into
Vierter Drake zaubern mit Rapid Fire irgendwie fertig.
picks, trying to catch Cloud9, lazily moving through unwarded areas, not establishing enough vision, but C9 stays safe enough for now.
C9 so viel schlechter als Team Liquid? Eigentlich nicht. Aber C9 kompletter Kollaps in Teamfights, in Playoffs. Kompletter Kollaps.
You can see he's got the slingshot in his inventory now, so he is working towards it now with the Lich Bane already completed alongside the Rod of Ages. So once they get there, again, I think that's when C9 is going to have more of an opportunity to make some picks.
Was muss blöd machen, dass sie gewinnen? Jetzt die Runde gewinnen, dann ist 12-12 und dann 16. Und dann auf 16.
And it's not going to slow down. It's not how time works.
It certainly isn't, especially if you're on Cloud9 side. You know, so much.
Nur 500 Gold, aber die 500 Gold sind fake, weißt du?
Elimination point here.
Also das ist, also Skirmishing Power ist nochmal was anderes als das reine Gold.
First international in potentially 3 years. It has been so long. Remember, we talked about it back in Game 1. This team has gone to more internationals than any other North American team. 13 international appearances historically for C9. The second place is Team Liquid, tied with TSM at 10. So if C9 wins this game and the next 2,
16-12? Nee, kann auch, also
that much further in the lead.
muss nicht 16-12 sein.
This game, that means that they then move
Kann auch 16-14 sein.
They break the tie and they earn themselves that spot at MSI.
Hast nicht gesagt, dass sie, ja, lass nicht drüber reden.
To play Lion tomorrow in the grand finals for the title here in the Mullet Arena for the
Also der Feierabend, ja.
as C9 just continuing to buy time, farm up, knowing that the draft
CS ist so spannend.
in 2 minutes is inevitable.
Just let that sink in. The weight of it. Jose, though, looking for a pick on the APA, and he's going to go.
Jumps in right after him, immediately gets gold carded. Wants to try to continue following, but no, APA gets away.
So they have, like you're saying, the timer here.
Ja, bei 15-15 geht es dann weiter. Genau. Bei bis 19. Oh mein Gott, was war das für ein Schuss von Donk? Oh mein Gott.
Earlier, and so they're looking for it, see if they can get something else. The ultimates will come back in time for the dragon anyway, so might as well fish. Doesn't quite act.
Oh mein Gott, 12-12.
Worth a shot.
He'll have the cooldown back in time for the dragon fight.
Oh mein Gott.
Whatever, right? As long as you still have it when you need it. Level 15 for Morgan, not particularly close to level.
Oh mein Gott.
The final level of the Stand United.
Ja, mein Herz schlägt so schnell, das ist so krank.
Bottom lane, you do have that Muramana now.
Was das für ein kranker E-Sport ist.
Sven has the Fiend Hunter bolts. This is the item that works so good.
Wow.
Carries who are ultimate reliant. This is your chance if you pop that Transcendence at the right time. You can pretty much insta-give somebody. But Sven is going to have to do that DPS that the Hyper Carry is drafted for if they want to win this next team fight.
Okay, Twisted Fate comes down as well, joining for the Dragon. So Team Liquid, they're going to keep Shen split pushing up on the top side, ready with the ultimate, while the rest of the team hovering in river, buying some time. And we're still 30 seconds ahead of their rival of the Dragon, but they want.
Aha.
The TP is already coming in there.
Aber bla, aber wir verlieren halt wieder HP legit Vorpan.
No rapid fire cannon still for APA. As Team Liquid.
Na gut, den beiden CS-Game, ja.
Dragon Pit area, but critically it is C9 with that Scuttle Crab they are.
Game 3, dritte OT, können wir zu CS wechseln? Nee. Wir schauen jetzt schön den letzten Drake-Team, also den Drake-Teamfight.
The HP bar slowly being chipped away, down to about 100 here as he continues taking damage from the darkened.
50-50 gewonnen, ja. Es ist 50-50 beim Drake noch gewonnen. Aber das Problem ist, selbst wenn er reingeht, ich glaube, ich habe keinen Serpent-Fan gesehen, also.
Gonna send Morgan over. The shield has worn away now from the empowered teleport. Thanatos gonna be spotted, forced to move away.
Oh. Shen-Ulti drauf oder nicht? Keine Shen-Ulti. Oh, doch. Oh.
Him alive. C9 nearly.
Sage-Ulti raus, aber Position eigentlich besser. Oh nein.
Now, let's see if we can
Posi eigentlich besser, oder?
out of this Twisted Fate ultimate. C9 continuing to try to fight forward. They don't want to let TL away with this, not with their support at 5%. TL continuing to.
Was macht APA da drin? Hallo? Was? Was passiert hier? Was macht ihr?
Thanatos gets out, still trying to escape.
Was?
Gets the kill. Team Liquid has found one. They've taken the Infernal Soul. Quid continuing the.
Wie kannst du so teamfighten?
Fight away. And yet
Bitte.
it's Team Liquid with the team fight.
Cloud9
Eins von Marokko.
all the way back to base, and yet still Team Liquid stick around. They take the fight 4v5 while Cloud9 are trying to damage the dragon, and Flowers, they take the soul. huge bonus here.
Nein.
For Team Liquid.
Nein.
Has to go back to base. His health bar had been depleted even though he lived. And so Morgan and Jose, they just walk right up. Morgan doing so much here, gains a lot of space. They focus in onto Thanatos. Jose hits him with the ultimate. They push them out.
Ja, kann ich irgendwo gewinnen?
The bottom lane and is still there to close the door.
Kann ich irgendwo gewinnen?
Thanatos, the victor, just this powerhouse of a wall on the outside. And TL win the fight, 4v5, take the Dragon Soul as their reward.
In a game that the gold has been about 1,000 apart the entire time.
Oh mein Gott, Turnier.
Dragon Soul is so massive for tipping the scales.
Spannender war ein Win, ja.
Team Liquid. But now we've got 26 minutes on the clock. No Elder Dragon to spawn for another 5 minutes.
Oh mein Gott, nein.
Is the big thing that should be on everyone's minds. And
1 HP, what the fuck?
Establish ward lines.
All right, Cloud9. Hope is dwindling for them. Games 1 and 2 handled by Team Liquid so steadily. And game number 3 already with the Dragon Soul on top of the gold lead, very confidently setting up the vision control around Baron. And just keep your Shen on bottom side. He's going to have his Stand United soon. He's going to have his teleport soon as well. So they're going to have all the options in the world for Team Liquid. Blabber has been hovering on the side lane here. But honestly,
Das Spiel des Lebens gewonnen, weiß ich nicht.
well, doesn't really overextend when unnecessary. Doesn't really open himself up as a possible counterplay. And since Blabber's on the bottom side of the map, Team Liquid, they're actually going for this just to start it out with Jose himself.
Ja, 0 Damage, außerdem Sven immer noch kein drittes Item.
Just Nefiri and his own pet.
It's Nefiri and the puppies versus the big purple worm. The ward thrown into the brush there by Morgan. Spots Blabber and Thanatos. Since the jungler and the top laners down here. But
Was?
remember, Blabber has the unsealed spellbook. He's going to make
Was?
a teleport into his own jungle.
Was?
Try to move in and maybe steal this away. It's too little. It's too
Was?
late. It's Baron for Team Liquid.
Well, Flowers, you get that feeling. TL are collecting everything on the map in game number 3 here. They are looking to sweep Cloud9.
Alter, drückt Donk für Bomben. Junge, was macht Donk da?
Playoffs.
Out of MSI, out of everything until Summer Split starts. Twisted Fate ulti gonna be popped again just to see what TL is up to. And now they will continue pushing forward with their Baron here for the next 2.5 minutes. It's going to give them control over the Rift all the way up until the Elder Dragon spawns.
Oh mein Gott, am besten Ultimus. Der immer noch Shen Ulti, by the way. Oh, und das ist gut auf Vulcan. Oh mein.
To guarantee 2 kills. Team Liquid, they played it slow, they played it confident, and now that they've got a tank full of gas, it's pedal to the metal. 5v3 for the next 20 seconds as they force their way into the base.
They're gonna do it, Flowers. Team Liquid moving in to finish it.
C9 trying to defend here, a stun onto Quid, they take him low, but they can't take him down. The shield from the power siphon enough to keep him going. First Nexus turret already removed. C9 trying to stop it. Finally get the respawn there with the Vulcan. APA staying alive for now. Blabber here.
Das ist so peinlich.
Back the other way.
Ich bin so done.
Defending, but the Nexus turrets are gone. A nice stun comes out from the Glacial Prison. Still nobody dead on the Team Liquid side.
Ich bin so done.
Back a little bit further, but Morgan assassinates Sven. The Nexus is down. Team Liquid is going to MSI. Team Liquid is going to the final.